Well, I'll have to finish your macro later.
Okay.
All right. You have escaped the asylum, and you and the other survivors have left the island and gone to the mainland. You arrive in the town of Thrushmore. It is a dreary, foggy day, not creepy extra dimensional fog, just your regular, white gray fog. Not thick enough to really obscure your vision, just enough to make everything kind of damp and chilly.
Depressing.
And dim and depressing. You can't see, as far as you normally would on a clear day, but you can still see 20, 30 feet ahead of you, no problem. You arrive at the shore in the boat. Winter, once again, thanks you profusely for basically saving all their lives, and tells you that she needs to go check in at the Sleepless Detective Agency building, and you can find her there if you need to talk. And with that, she and the other survivors head off in their different directions and leave you to do what you will.
Well, I think we should probably find some place to lay our head.
Sounds fair.
And maybe to a fine merchant to take all these things, jingles the bag.
Yes, that too.
I don't know. I think maybe just some clothes so we don't look like a bunch of escaped mental patients.
Yeah.
I like the cut of your jib.
That
But
too.
that would require money.
We can go commando. Or wait, I'm sorry, escape convicts. Yes.
I'm not in the military. I'm sorry.
Well, it's up to you to decide where you want to go.
I don't know. Maybe we should look for a map or someone who could tell us where to go in the town, because I ain't never been here.
Yes.
At least I don't remember being here.
I don't know either, but looking at the not gonna metagame. Why don't we
Good, because I can't throw shit at you through the fucking microphone.
Correct.
Well, I say we could just go down the road here and see what we find.
Exactly.
Quick OOC question. Where about? I mean, are we where we are located there?
No, that's just where I put you. You guys are more over here by the fish market.
If you're pointing at something, I don't know where that is.
Right there. The map. Your tokens don't have to be right in the spot. You can just kind of ping on the map where you are going. I just have the tokens on here so that you'd have something to look at.
So, another question: the fog that took over the asylum, was it everywhere, or was it just the asylum?
Yep.
We have to find that out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, from the smell of it, it smells like we're by some sort of fishery area, and where there's fish, there's usually people. So we should check that out, and then we can ask some questions.
I agree.
It's not metagaming, fish stink.
I concur.
So you head to the fish market?
Yes.
We do.
Seems like a good place to start.
All right, you come up to a tall building. Hang on a second.
Also, Red, I think your hit points are screwy because your health bar is overlapping its bounds. So just make sure you clicked yourself up a level so your con bonus is correct.
All right, thanks for the heads up.
All right, you head to the fish market. It looks almost like the building was once a city hall, but it has been repurposed now to be a fish market. It holds 3 stalls and with 3 different, obviously, families. You can see the resemblance of the people working in them. And a large amber-colored lantern, which isn't lit, hanging from the ceiling. Some of the fishmongers look a little worried as they are sorting their catch, but others are hawking their wares and selling their fish. And
Well, we can go ask for directions if we want to figure out where. I doubt these people are going to be interested in buying, like jewelry and weapons. I think they're more interested in fish.
I agree in there too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's a good starting point.
This is a pretty fishy area of town.
Get out.
Are you sure you weren't a father?
Ooh.
Well, your dad joke game is point.
Chicks dig dudes with single dads.
Maybe. All right, so goes over.
Gold dig.
Goes over to one of the fishmongers, and it's like, hello, good sir. We have just come from the island and are wondering, was there a fog everywhere?
he points outside. It was foggy outside right now.
More like a yellow fog.
Is that like yellow snow? Because we haven't had none of that around here.
Okay. Well, could you point us in the direction of maybe your market district square house thing?
Place of commerce.
Well, this here's the fish market, if you're in the market for fish.
And fine fish they are, but we would need to offload some of our current
We're not
items
interested in
before we
fish.
could afford to fish.
Well, that depends on what you're offloading. I mean, if you're offloading tools or weaponry or such like that, you'd want to go up to the smithy. If you want to be selling books, you probably want to go off to... Well, no, wait, that place is closed. Well, in that case, you probably want to go to the high market. That's where they sell all the fancy stuff.
Can you write down on a map, like a general map of the area where this stuff is, and give me some paper?
Digs around in the bag and pulls out some of the paper and writing materials and
Maybe
hands it to him,
or something.
kind of careful of the fish hands.
Well, I can't draw. My hands are covered in fish goo. Wouldn't want to mess up your fancy papers and such there. But if you go up this road here, and you keep going straight, and then you take a left, and you don't take the first right, you take the second right, and then you take another right, and keep going straight, that'll take you to the High Mart.
I think we can find it. We're probably going to run into some other people we could ask for confirmation from along the way.
Is that where this Smithies is?
No, that's where they sell the fancy stuff.
Ah, it's fancy stuff. Now where's a smithy and like a hotel?
Oh, hotel. We ain't got a fancy hotel here.
An inn?
In
We do have an inn. That's the Silver Wagon. To go to Silver Wagon, you go straight up this street here. He points a different street, and you keep going till you get to the crossroads. Not the one with the just 3 or such ways you can go, but the big crossroads. Once you hit the big crossroads, you take a left, and you keep going straight. You can't miss it.
Well, thanks, sir.
Is it past the Waffle House?
Now, if you have less fancy stuff like the tools and such, for that you want to go down this road, hang a left, keep going straight until you hit the smithy. Can't miss the smithy. There's so much junk in the yard. You'll know it when you see it. But if you want to go and sell less, stuff like your food or stuff like that, the farmer's square is you keep going straight past the smithy and you'll come to the farmer's square where you can sell, your sundries and your clothes and stuff like that.
That's very useful.
Excellent. Thank you. You have been a huge help.
Glad to be of service.
So, should we go to the inn first, or should we try to lighten our load and make our purse heavier?
Say we start fencing stuff, because a lot of the things we need can be accomplished with money.
Plus, it's kind of hard to get a room at an inn when we don't have money.
We do have cash already, guys.
We do have cash.
Some,
we just would have more of it.
I mean, we looted, 400 gold coins just in that one room?
Yeah.
We have 6 platinum and 655 gold.
Well, let's not
3.
shout that across the market.
3 platinum. You looted 3 platinum. I don't know where you got the other 3 from.
I believe that it has been a running total, but if you think that my math is wrong, I will erase 3.
Well, we should probably get rid of all the stuff we're not going to be using, like extra clothes and equipment.
Weapons we're not using, that kind of stuff.
And get some better all this, because no offense, this was not made for me, and it's scratchy, and I have delicate skin.
Yeah, we'll find you a corner to stand on.
I know you were never a dad, because you're not charming enough to have ever known anybody like that.
What? I'm sure he knew lots of people that stood on corners.
So, we start heading up the thing? Yes?
If you tell me where you want to go, and I'll tell you where it is.
I'm already walking towards the smithy.
I'll
So
follow
we
the
can
short guy.
that way we can unload the heavy stuff.
As you're going down the street, you'll notice there are other people walking around town doing business or just kids playing, all that sort of thing. Every once in a while, you'll see one of the villagers kind of stop and look at you, and they're giving you a weird look. Not like they're going to eat your soul or anything, but you seem to make them really nervous. And sometimes people will see you and just stop what they're doing and go away. They'll just get away from you. Not like super scared, but kind of like, yeah, let's just move to the other side of the street.
Yeah, like I said, we look like escaped mental patients wearing hodgepodge armor and carrying weapons.
Yeah, is it like a strangers in the town kind of strange, or like escape crazy lunatics?
I don't know, you can ask them, but they're just giving you...
Well, stop one of them and be like,
they
hey,
see-
why are you looking at us all weird?
He's like, look, I don't want any trouble, man. It's fine. Just leave me alone. And he gets away from you quickly.
Well, that was
You're great
reassuring.
with people.
No, I don't stop at all. I just keep walking towards the smithy unless someone actually stops me.
Okay, when you get to the smithy, you do hear, the sounds of hammer on anvil. But the front yard is, well, it's full of sculptures. Quaint ornaments like lamps made from old copper pots or vases created with scrap leather or lead tiles. And it's all sitting on the lawn.
Ah.
Right.
I-
That's
I-
freshman art listeners.
When we walk by, do we start hearing down, 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 down?
You know, I was thinking it.
Hey, I'm sorry. What they say, I had to
It-
step away. My daughter threw up.
Oh,
It's not like scrap heap junk, but it's like, you know how people will get that found art and repurpose sculpture stuff where they weld nuts and bolts together to make stuff.
it's the Forevertron.
Oh, even worse. So we found the out of the way guy. Is there like a kid sitting on the porch playing a banjo by chance?
Oh Lord.
No, but there is it looks like a dwarf sitting there setting up one of the sculptures.
Oi, you! I come to sell some stuff. Maybe buy some stuff, but definitely sell some stuff.
The dwarf looks at you. It's a female dwarf. She's like, "Oh, are you interested in fine art?"
Hey, you're sure fine.
Yes, but unfortunately we are traveling, and as lovely as your pieces are, I don't think they will really travel as well as they are sitting right here.
Don't we have some art from the place?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We got some art in the bag.
Fell off the back of the truck.
Oh, well, I'm sure we can come to an arrangement for. Yeah, I have some smaller pieces inside.
Let us first, let you see what we have before we can start, thinking about that kind of sale.
Oh, okay. Come on in. I know I put my ledger here somewhere. Give me just a minute. And if you go inside the shop, it's very disorganized. It's like the most disorganized dwarf you've ever seen in your life.
She's an artist, you can tell.
Oh,
But eventually, she
Sani.
does come up with her cash box and a ledger, and she's like, "Okay, so what do you have to offer?"
Well, first of all, in our last little thing, we ended up with a light mace +1. Nobody laid claim to it. Does anybody want this?
Well, this is the one thing. Before we get into this, we need to decide what it was we were going to part with before we. Was someone is taking the magic dagger, right?
Somebody.
I mean, I can if you want me to.
Okay.
I'd actually say, Wyatt, you should probably take the War Razor +1, just because it's a martial weapon and no one but you and me can use them.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Well, you decide what you're keeping and what you're selling. I'm gonna go get some soda.
All right.
Okay, should we just highlight on the document what we're keeping? Or?
Well, that was the thing. Did anyone have a claim? Let's go just the weapons. I'm obviously keeping the scimitar. I wasn't going to get rid of it.
Got the glaive.
If Wyatt's going to keep the War Razor, cool. Anyone going to use that +1 dagger?
I think I already have a +1 dagger.
Well, there's only one. We had a Masterwork dagger, I think, or we had Masterwork silver daggers, and we had a +1 dagger. So if you're using it and you want to keep it, that's a yes. That's the only one that we have.
Alrighty.
The light mace, does anyone plan on using that one?
Nope.
Okay. The silver daggers.
We might want to hold on to like one of those just in case we run across something that needs silver immunity.
You mean like the boss from the Xylope?
Like most things, we're gonna fight the war that we just fought, so
Yes.
Even though we had the alchemical stuff to bypass every damage reduction that we fought, but they were sitting in the bag.
Hey, somebody say anything. I literally am just your mule.
Which is why we now have a list so everyone can see it at all times. So hopefully we don't forget these things.
Well, I am all for giving up my light crossbow uh, with the idea that I will get a short bow.
We already have a short bow.
Well, then I will take your short bow. Technically, I have you carrying it, and I didn't want to presume that, you'd give it to me.
Well, I can only use one bow, and so once we found the longbow, I stopped using the short bow.
Yeah, I mean, assuming we can actually get one at one point, I would rather sell my light crossbow and get a composite bow, just because I'll be more efficient with it. But
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I got a light crossbow or a crossbow I can throw on the pile too.
Then that is Pretty. Are you keeping your crossbow?
No, I don't want it. You can take it off.
Okay, well then that's 4 crossbows for sale. Let's see here. This mace. Still, I haven't heard anybody claiming it one way or the other.
yeah, the mace should be a seller. I think we should distribute the silver daggers between the people who, might have to use them at some point. Maybe one to me, one to Salo, one to Pretty. Because I'm pretty sure at some point Grumpy will just have silver arrows,
Mm-hmm.
and if Red actually has to stab something and is really an issue of overcoming damage reduction, we're screwed by that point anyway.
Well, I need
Well,
something.
it helped us last time.
I mean, I'll take one of the silver daggers just because, well, steak knife.
Right.
Basically, we'll keep the silver dagger. So we're going to sell the light mace. We're going to sell the 4 light crossbows.
Yup. We still have one crowbar, but it's useful, so we're going to keep that. We also have a hammer. I don't know if, Grumpy, you want, now that you actually have a melee weapon that's good, whether you want to keep the hammer or not.
No.
That if the regular cheap junk weapons, I don't think we're just going to be selling off. Because then I'm going to start trying to, hey, look, here's half a gold, type of thing.
Well, then that takes care of the weapons, unless anybody's like, I want to get rid of my, I don't know, shield or silver dagger that we just went through all the trouble of sorting out to, so that covers those right there. What else? They take weapons, and what else, you think?
Are we taking stuff off the list, too, that we're going to keep for ourselves, or...?
Well, that's the thing. If there's something that someone wants on the list, speak now so that we can claim it and mark it off.
Okay, 'cause, yeah,
And the column is like, who's got it right now? I mean, if you're like, oh, fuck, I want my glaive, awesome.
Yeah, the one thing I would suggest is that, let's assume the wands, like a potion or a wand, let's just assume we're not going to sell those, unless it's something just utterly useless, and they'll stay as like a party utility treasure. They won't be assigned, that even if someone's carrying them, they're not really assigned to somebody. They're just sort of like, hey, they're there. Yeah, the scrolls, if it's a scroll that's on the witch's list, I say we give that scroll to Red so that she can learn it, and basically teach her familiar the spell.
Exactly.
And so she'll then pay for it, and that's, a spell added to their list.
Tell me what those are, and I will move the axe over to her.
I'm pretty sure the Scroll of Fox's Cunning, Cure Light Wounds.
Actually, Cure Light Wounds was one of the spells I picked up when I leveled.
Well, then don't do that. You did not pick it up when you leveled. You used the scroll, so you can go pick up the spell.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Is Remove Paralysis on the witch's list? I know they will
Give me a
ghostly
second
stuff.
to bring it up, and I'm bringing it up as we speak. This site's being slow.
But yeah, so that's okay. I mean, they're not going to be sold here, but we may as well plan this stuff now. Obviously, we will unload all of the trade goods, except I think the weird eyeball someone's probably going to keep, and someone's probably going to keep the book, Her Majesty's Honorable Nightcap.
Remove paralysis is not on the witch's spell.
Okay, so then we will keep those 2 scrolls as just a utility, in case someone gets paralyzed.
Okay, and that leaves, in the form of scrolls, a scroll of Summon Monster 3.
That is on the... I'm pretty sure witches get Summon Monster.
Use them.
They do.
Give me.
I got a pizza. Hold up. BRB.
Also, I don't see that on our list. The Summon Monster scroll.
It's at the very top of the magical items.
Is it a scroll to summon monster, or is it a tome of monster summoning?
As you told me, it is a scroll of Summon Monster 3. We have pages from a book of extended summoning. And we have a book called Chain of Knights, which sounds kind of dirty, but I'm pretty sure it's not.
Don't be so sure. Yeah, I know the book is separate. That's the book of extended summoning chaotic. Which we should totally sell because it's pretty much a one-use item. That's worth a lot of money.
Oh yeah, there's some stuff that I put on list because it's like the last, the very last page. Yeah, sorry. Also on the list there should be a Wand of Command, 38 charges, an Elixir of Truth, and a Scroll of Summon Monster 3.
Alright, back.
I have the Wand of Command, the Elixir of Truth, and what was the last one?
The Scroll of Summon Monster 3. I'm saying that for Bombs because he has another list.
No, I'm just using what's on the list, and I was looking up the prices. I'm going to assume we'll keep the Wand of Command, maybe, or it can be useful as an option for like Sala or Mike at some point.
Is it on the cleric list?
Command, absolutely.
Okay, then yeah, no problem. We might as well keep it just in case.
I mean, for another level or two, it might be useful but then as a minimum level caster, the saves won't be all that great on it. It'll be easy to resist. Actually, the most it would be worth would be 750 gold anyway, so I may as well keep it. Okay. Obviously, we're going to keep the handy haversack.
Yes, there's also the Ring of Sustenance that we got. I don't know what that does and who would want it.
Ring of Sustenance lets you go with, I believe, 2 hours of rest a night instead of 8, and you don't need to eat.
Creepy, but okay.
I think the Ring of Sustenance is not to sleep, it's just you don't need to eat. It'll feed you. Basically, you found the ring when you were, checking over, make sure no one was left in the asylum. In a courtyard, there was a body who had the ring. It was just a guy dead in a courtyard.
No, it does definitely give the sleep. That's the main reason people get it. Continually provides the wearer with life-sustaining nourishment. The ring also refreshes the body and mind. Its wearer only needs to sleep 2 hours per day to gain the benefit of 8 hours sleep. This allows spellcasters that require rest to repair spells to do so after only 2 hours. Of course, they can still only do it once a day. The ring must be worn for a full week before it begins to work. But yeah, you don't need to eat.
So, who wants to become the living dead?
Yeah, I like sleep too much for that.
If no one wants it, I'll take it. So I figure someone could probably stay guard all night,
Yeah,
but
that's what I was
probably
thinking.
better for a cast.
Yeah, it would be more efficient for a caster, so that, you know, as far as not getting interrupted at night, but
what are the chances we're going to continue to have these horrible, horrible dreams?
There's anything I should take it.
I mean, it's up to you guys. It's a good ring,
Yeah,
but
sure.
Also, there is should be a note in your journals called The Chain of Nights. That's the book, and it tells you what it does and what you can get out of it.
So, with that basically leaves this entire list of magical items largely intact.
Okay, the Book of Extended Summoning needs to be sold. Someone's already wearing the Ring of Protection. Who?
Believe that's me.
Okay, and you've got the Bracers of Armor as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, I've got a Cloak of Resistance. I think the Talismans are already worn, but if someone really wanted to sell them...
I was mistaken. It's not the ring. It's the amulet I've got.
Okay, yeah, there's the 2 amulets. Who's wearing the Ring of Protection?
Nobody, apparently.
I think someone had it. I know someone took it.
I am not using it.
I have a Brooch of Shielding and the Handy Haversack.
Only magic
Yeah,
item
the
I have
brooch
for
wasn't on our
is
loot list
the
either.
ring, is the phylactery.
Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, if you want to sell that phylactery, dude, I wouldn't blame you, because it really doesn't do much
Yeah, it
for
just
you.
lets me know I'm being if I do something stupid.
Yeah, it's the don't be a douche.
You already have that in the non-magical form of our sassy asses, so I think you're good on that one.
I want to free up my head slot.
Yeah, okay, so we'll probably be selling the phylactery. Do we want the incense? Honestly, are we going to sit in a room filled with incense and speak telepathically to something that doesn't speak our language? Or are we going to attack it and kill it if it seems hostile?
Real quick, Wyatt was right. You did get 2 cloaks of resistance. Because there was one monster you didn't kill, so I had to put his loot somewhere else, and that's why you didn't get on the loot list.
You're just full of fail.
I know I am. I failed. So there was a Brooch of Shielding and 2 cloaks of resistance.
Okay, so who got the other Cloak of Resistance? I know I'm wearing one.
Red's got one, and I've got the Brooch of Shielding.
Okay. Do you want to keep the Brooch of Shielding? Or do you want to sell it?
Will I get, is that a good idea? Because I don't know.
Okay, well, the next slot, first of all, the only value of a Brooch of Shielding is if somebody uses magic missiles against you. That's it. A next slot, however, is, covers a lot of other items. Personally, I'd sell it, but of course, I know as soon as I say that, you're going to get hit by that level 10 wizard that fires off 5 magic missiles at your ass every round.
It's cool. I'm sure you guys will go to your friendly neighborhood cleric and get me resurrected. I mean, that's a thing, right?
No, our friendly cleric only heals you if you're the enemy. We've established this.
Then I hate your mother that I'm sure you have. So, is that pretty much what we're going to sell from our magical items?
Yeah, we'll keep the chain because it might be the Chain of Knights because, hey, campaign item, it might be useful down the road. Haversack stays, Pearl of Power stays, Phylactery goes. Amulets and Natural Armor are staying. The Spirit Candle, sell it.
Totally.
Since we pretty much missed its use in the last adventure with all the haunts, and that's pretty much what it does, is subdue haunts or prevent them. Incense, sell it. You guys who have the talismans, do you want to keep them or sell them?
I have the Warrior Courage and whatnot. I don't see it getting much use, so I'd probably just say sell it.
Okay. Who has that healing power? That's the backup. Oh my god, I'm gonna die, and it heals you, right?
Yes, and nobody took it. It's still sitting in the bottom of the bag. That's how important it is.
The thing is, it's an X slot item, and I'm wearing an X slot item. You're wearing an X slot item. Red's wearing an X slot item. So. All right. Well, here's the thing: if no one wants it, then we'll sell it. We won't just hang on to shit for, what the hell.
No, I'd say sell it.
Okay. So now, again, who has that ring of protection?
Nobody, not marked them up thin.
No.
Okay, that's a +1 armor class booster, so.
I have no rings, so okay, I'll take it.
Well, you have the ring of sustenance. You could wear
That's
two,
right.
so. But, if no one's going to complain and you want to stick it on the Meiji person who has limited armor bonuses, I'm all for that too.
But did take mage armor this level, so yeah.
Okay, now realize your mage armor doesn't stack with your bracers of armor, although your mage armor will only last for 4 hours while you have it up, whereas the bracers are on full time.
Okay. What was that ring of protection?
+1. Okay, so we've gone through that. We know which weapon we're going to sell. I'm assuming.
We have next section is potion and elixirs.
Yeah, we're gonna probably keep all that jazz. I'm looking at the consumables. I'm sure there'll be use for potion of invisibility at some point. We're gonna keep all our wands. We've already figured out the scrolls, and then we'll keep the rest. The silver sheen would have been great. Last one, oil of line weapon would have been great. Oil of magic weapon, all that stuff we'll keep. But we should assign it to people so that we have it, on hand. So it's not in Sala's bag.
But my bag is so nice. Yes, anybody, you want it, you want to carry it, awesome.
Well, I mean, but we can decide who's going to have them, but I think we should keep the consumables because one, they don't really weigh anything. They're not really worth all that much. The only thing is we got an elixir of truth, you said?
Yes, we do.
All right. Do we want to keep that or sell that?
I don't care. I have no emotional attachment to it. I'm not a hoarder.
I'm looking up what it does.
I am too. It's not a matter of hoarding. It's a matter of how useful it is. Forces the drinker to say nothing but truth for, DC 13 will save. Okay, sell it.
Yeah, plus you have to somehow trick someone into drinking it or holding them down. And if you're holding them down, you might as well just start torturing them.
We also have oil of magic weapon and potion of invisibility that we got, and potion of bear's endurance. These are all
literally just mentioned all those things and said we should keep them all.
Yes, and I'm just saying that if somebody wants to personally carry them, speak now, or I'm just going to keep them in the bag.
Well, I tell you what, I will take Silver Sheen and the oil of a line weapon, definitely. I'll also take the potion of bull strength, in case. And hold on to those because those are all things that will directly enhance me as a frontline fighter.
Can the oil of magic weapon work on a ranged weapon?
It can be used to treat, I believe, 50 pieces of ammunition.
Okay.
That's how those things usually work. So if you wanted the oil of magic weapon for to pour in a quiver of arrows,
Probably until I can actually get a bow that's magical.
I mean, but it has the same duration, so it's not going to last a terribly long time. But yeah. So if you want to take that, you take that. Bam.
I will take that.
Okay. Who wants to hold on to the invisibility? I think our scouty person would be best served with that.
Yeah.
True.
Plus, it's not greater invisibility, but it's still good invisibility.
Okay, so that would go to Wyatt. Scrolls stay on hand. The wands are probably going to be held by Pretty, at least the bless and the was it command, or I don't know, whoever's going to deal with those command ones.
Quick game mechanic question. Using the scrolls to teach my familiar those spells, how long does that take, and do I need to roll anything for it?
No, you just teach them, and
No,
that's
you do have to roll for it.
Yeah, I think it's a spellcraft check.
Yeah, it's a
Oh.
spellcraft check, and I think it takes like 15 minutes. Let me check real
Almost
quick.
an hour per level, I think. I don't remember.
And I'm just going to also assume that we're going to sell all the treasure items.
Let me just do those
right.
rolls right now. Get them out of the way.
Okay, the masterwork violin. Did anyone want to keep that or not?
The bard?
I don't have instrument, but I mean, it doesn't have a bow, and at this point, I didn't know it was masterwork. I just thought it was a piece of shit we found.
Okay, so we'll sell the violin. We'll sell the straitjacket. We'll sell the hoodwink cowl. Personally, I'm all for selling the 10 feet of chain and actually buying like 50 feet of rope, which is probably going to be more practical down the road.
Yeah, plus his blacksmith will probably really like having just more metal around.
Yeah. Basically, we could sell everything. I don't know. Are you going to keep your weird eyeball?
Yes!
I've kind of grown attached to the weird eyeball.
Okay, so
Not like literally attached, but emotionally so.
what about the book of your porn? Is that going to stay in the...
You know, at this point, I figure I've seen it all.
It's also only 10 gold. It's the cheapest book we own. So it's not like a big deal. Because things that are owned by people, by players, are going to come off the loot list. After today, if it's been claimed by a player and it's not in like the communal, like, hey, here's our consumables, it's getting deleted off the loot list, so it doesn't get out of hand. You know, everyone's responsible for their own character sheet.
Those are both level 1 spells, I believe, so I succeeded both of them.
Oh wait, sorry, that was from learning from another witch. Here's the one for the scroll.
Do we want to keep the opium, the antitoxin, and the soothing syrup and smelling salts?
Opium, yes.
I guess I have no idea why we would keep it, but okay. The healer's kit. Do you have that marked on your character sheet, Pretty?
I do not.
Okay, you should have the healer's kit because you're the one with healing.
Healer's kit it is.
Yeah, 10 use item gives you +2 on healing checks. The sun rods, I guess, can just stay in the bag until we need them. Thunderstones, who wants them? Hot mic.
And I'll just say, like, first time we get like a short rest or whatever is when I do the thing with the scroll.
You could have done it in the boat over from the island.
Cool.
Okay, the Thunderstones. Does anyone want to carry them?
What do they do again?
You throw them and make a blast of sound, they could deafen people,
They're basically magic flashbangs.
essentially.
Don't really have any particular use for them.
I'll hold on to them then. They can be useful. Alchemist Fire, do we want to keep them in the backpack?
Do we have anyone that specializes in throwing?
Oh, I can throw pretty well. I don't specialize in it per se.
Well, Alchemist Fire could be like a... The only thing is they're heavy, And I don't know how way down you are. I don't know how good your strength is.
I'm not particularly buff.
All right. Alchemist kindness is just a hangover relief. So, antitoxin we're absolutely keeping. So
Probably good to have at least one of those on the in our back pocket somewhere.
The smelling salts we'll definitely keep 2. Those actually have been known to be useful in the game.
Soothing syrup.
I'm pretty sure you gave that away.
Well, then we did.
I think we gave that to the people at the chapel.
You gave it to the chick who's trying to calm the dude down.
Yeah,
that works.
Yeah, she gave it to that one when she thought that, that was the person with information we needed, and it wasn't. She bribed the wrong person.
It was Chekhov's gun. It's like, oh, there's this nurse helping this patient. Hey, that's totally going to be the person we need to talk to for usefulness. No. This does go to the armor. At this point, we could, in theory, sell what we're wearing with the hopes that we're going to get upgrades.
I'd rather wait and see what they have as options as upgrades, and also
transformation this level 2. So, FYI.
So you can actually, well, the thing is that just lets you spend the amount of money it would cost to make something masterwork to turn it into masterwork.
Oh yeah.
So your breastplate's probably going to be a keeper then for a while, unless you are going to go and try and get mithril.
Well, I'm going to want one eventually, but those are expensive. So.
Well, I mean, you can't turn something into masterwork.
Yes, you can. Masterwork transformation. It's a spell. It's a thing.
Gotcha.
Wizard did it.
Damn wizard.
All right, so we know what we're going to sell. And as far as the armor, I mean, I'm keeping the shield because, well, it's a magic shield. As far as the other stuff, eventually, yeah, sure, I'd love to upgrade my armor and get a higher armor class. But let's first see what money we have and what other people need to buy first.
Okay, then. Sani, do you have access to the document, or would you like a link to it?
Not my problem.
Well, I'm just saying everything that we have marked in red there is what we're selling. So, what does this fine? I'll ask in Carrot. So, madam, what goods would you be looking for in purchase or trade, sell, thing?
Well, normally, scrap iron, metal, stuff I can make my art with. But unfortunately, not everybody has appreciation for the finer things. So I also take, weapons and armor, and I'll hawk them off to someone without any sense of beauty or decor.
Well, then we have some deals for you. We have this fine hoodwink cowl, barely worn, lovely craftsmanship.
What? That's not armor. That's a... Look, lady, I don't know what you're into.
Okay, yeah.
That's
So
fine.
that's why on my list, stuff was moved to, if it's not actually armor, it's not in an armor section.
Then we also have this fine mace. From what I can tell, it's very, very good.
Yeah, it's magic.
Yes, very magic.
All right. When you go through all the stuff that you're willing to sell to her, she will give you 50% of the value listed in the. Basically, she'll pay you half price for gently used items.
And full price for the. Is she going to buy any of the art stuff? Or actually, we're going to actually have to role play selling everything, or can we sell the stuff?
Well, you have to roleplay going to the other places to sell stuff, but I'll tell you right now, she'll buy your weapons, she'll buy your armor, and she'll give you half price for them.
What about this lovely selection of miscellaneous curios? That is artful. Look at the craftsmanship.
She will buy the bookends, but she will not buy the box. And she'll also buy the pyramid.
Now those she buys for full price, right?
Yes, she'll buy for
So
full price.
that's what I was saying though, is do we have to role play it out, because otherwise we could just go through the entire list as one lump sum later on.
Yeah, you can just go through the list for lump sum later on. Once you've decided exactly what you're selling. You can sell some of it here, you can sell some of it in some other places.
Yeah.
What sort of stuff does she have for sale?
She sells yard sculptures and other found junk items. But while she's showing you around the smithy, there's another dwarf who motions you over, and he will tell you she rents out the forge to people who actually do real work. If you need something, actually useful, look us up.
What kind of useful?
Like real stuff that people use, weapons, armor, stuff a dwarf is supposed to make. And he looks at all the crap she's selling with a, let's just say he's not impressed. So while she's an artiste, she does rent out the forge to other dwarves who actually do, real forging.
So racist of her.
It's one of those self-hating dwarves.
She's not self-hating, she just likes making her stuff, and she's just, not a real good smith.
This dwarf-on-dwarf discrimination has to end.
Okay, let's shit can some of that just a little bit, please.
All right, so we talked to this real dwarf who's got real dwarf stuff. What does he have?
Basically, any weapon or armor that you want to buy, he can get to you. He might not have them on hand now, but he can definitely get them made and sell them to you.
So are we talking basically like masterwork quality stuff, or?
If you want master quality, if you're willing to pay for it, he's willing to make it.
I'm trying to get an idea of what he's actually capable of making.
Yes, he can make masterwork stuff.
I'm guessing not magical stuff.
No, not magical.
Because I'm trying to get an idea of what we actually are capable of buying in the town instead of going through and talking to every...
So we've identified what the smithy will buy. They'll buy weapons and armor. So we can sell that stuff here. And as far as purchasing goes, we can buy any non-magical item of masterwork quality.
Yes, here at the smithy you can buy masterwork items. They don't sell anything magical here.
Does he sell arrows?
He sells arrows, yes.
I would like to purchase some arrows when we get to the purchasing portion of the evening.
Alright, so he bought the 4 crossbows and the light mace, correct?
Correct.
Removed from the list. Well, Fomps, have you basically volunteered to be the person to look up the price for all these?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm gonna trust you. And should I just delete the things off the list and you already have one, or do you still need to keep it up so you get a full accounting?
Well, since we have 3 different lists with 3 different accountabilities of what we actually have, until I reconcile all the lists, just please leave it on there.
Okay.
You can just mark it in red if we sold it, though. That'll let me know that it's gone.
On this list, everything that's highlighted in red is what we agreed to sell, and I will turn everything that we have sold, by your word, into blue, let's say.
Except I don't think we did agree to sell the summoning scroll. I thought that was going to go to the witch.
Yeah.
I thought you said that was a one-use item, not good. But okay.
No,
That's
the book
No, the
is
book of
a
the
one-use
Sani
item
The summon
that
monster
we were going to
scroll
sell.
told me.
The book of extended summoning is going to be a seller.
Okay, basically the place you can sell your book of extended summoning and all that stuff is at the High Mart. You can see on the map it's real close to the smithy. That's where you can sell some magic items and buy some magic items. I'll say that you can, for magical weapons, you can find 2+1 magic weapons there. It's up to the group to decide which ones they find.
I'm thinking probably a +1 composite bow of whatever strength mod that Wyatt uses is a good choice.
That would be nice, yes.
And maybe a +1 glaive if we go that route.
No, I'm just gonna masterwork transformer it and eventually fix it some other time.
Okay.
Go with something
So-
that you actually can kill shit with.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what the value and which random items did you say that the person bought? The bookends, the
Pyramid.
sculpture.
Yeah,
Pyramid and the bookends. She
the
did not
pyramid and
buy
bookends, yeah.
She didn't want a brain-shaped box. That seemed right up her alley.
It's a wooden box.
Oh,
Iron Wing.
okay. So, and those sell for full price. So that would be 100 gold there. Ha! So the sale from the blacksmith is leet. 1,337 gold pieces and 5 silver.
Math, I have to break out my calculator. So what was that number again?
Leet.
1,337.5. It's leet and a half.
Yeah. 8.5.
All right, yeah, because I'd really rather just figure out how much money we have and then do our shopping part. So I'd rather get all the selling done first, so we know our total.
Excellent. So, that takes care of all the armors and curios.
Armors
Well,
and
no.
weapons.
Armor, weapons, and the curios sold here, not all the curios in total.
The rest of the curios and the trade goods and basically everything else you can sell at the High Mart.
Then it's to the High Mart.
And there's no description of NPCs in the High Mart. It's just a market. It's basically a high class swap meet. Though when you do go there, there still are some people who are obviously avoiding you.
Okay, those really snazzy boots that we used to beat some cultist to death that were worth 200 gold pieces. No one's wearing those, right?
Heidi was.
I'm wearing a pair of fur-lined red boots, but mine are only 20 gold. Bloody boots. Those are actually being worn by Grumpy. I did not realize they were 200 gold boots. That's some fancy shit.
All right, dude, you're giving up your fancy footwear. You can get regular boots.
You can, buy some,
Okay.
you can buy some sandals.
Fuck that. I wear boots. I don't wear sandals.
All right, so you're giving up your porn.
Yeah.
The fur boots are the cat skin boots, right?
Yes.
Wait, they're made out of cats?
Yes.
Yes.
Mother.
They were the softest kittens. I feel terrible, but they're so soft.
Okay, from the remaining trade goods valuables thing, that random list that Tierney had there, once everything is sold except for the weird eyeball, that's another 1,273 gold. Update the gold total, please, Ella.
I pushed the wrong damn button to talk. It's 1,000 what?
1,273 gold, bringing to a total of 2,610.5 gold.
No, you're probably off because there was already 655 gold.
That's also true. I'm just saying what's sold so far.
Okay, now I'm gonna go through the magic items that are being sold. Okay, add 1375. Are you keeping that talisman of beneficial wind, Sala, or are you selling it?
I can be all for selling it.
Okay. Did you just add the amount I gave you?
I did.
1375.
Okay. Then 25, 12. Add 1,675. Add 2,150. And add 500.
Even?
Yeah, even. Now what's the that amulet, the brooch of shielding, right?
Yes.
Did you want to sell it?
Yes.
Add 750 gold pieces. Add 112.5 for the violin, straitjacket, and hoodwink cowl. Then all we should be left with are consumables and items that people are making use of.
Yes.
Okay, now at this point, I'm pretty sure that myself and then probably Red after me actually have the highest value of items already. So
Does that really matter though?
the
Working in this team?
well, it's not like it's got to be exact, but it does. We don't want somebody to start slacking way behind because they're not getting.
You're the front line dudes. You should probably be beefed up pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everyone else also needs things that will help theirs because that will help the group as well. So the point is that the bulk of the money should, first choice should go to the people that have the least in value of stuff, which would be pretty Heidi and Grumpy. And Grumpy definitely needs some sort of magic weapon and probably some better armor. At least a chain shirt.
I've got stuff that's pretty beneficial to me right now. I'm sitting comfortable. If you guys, I'm not above like throwing a little extra gold somebody else's way to get them shit that will benefit them and as a result the group.
Oh shucks, baby! I will tell you a story that makes that novel look like fairy tale.
Just wait until our first extended rest.
Okay, so now is the point of, was there anything that anyone really was looking for out of, what's our total gold now, Sala?
Our total goal is 3 platinum, 9,828 gold.
Awesome.
We also have a second magical item to proclaim that we found at the high market. One was a composite bow, magic. The other one is whatever the fuck we want to make it.
Well, we have to buy that. That isn't free. That's
I know,
what's
but
available.
we haven't decided, and yes.
I didn't have any.
I was gonna say, I'm also assuming at this point it's safe for me to delete all the items we have just sold off the list.
Leave them all in red for now so I can just double check, and then I will give you, after the session's over and I go over the lists again, I'll give a confirmation.
Right.
And then we'll get it like into one set organization table instead of 3.
Spreadsheet, maybe.
Well, as far as y'all were talking about the composite bow, my strength is 14, so that's to take full use of that would be a +2 composite bow. Masterwork plus a +1 enchantment would bring that to 2,600 gold.
Yeah, that'd pay off pretty quickly though too.
Yeah, I definitely say that the first purchase should definitely be his bow for the 2,600.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm fine with that.
Just so you know, I've rolled a random magic item table. You can get a +2 bow. There is one +2 weapon in this town.
Yeah, that would take our entire amount of money at 8,600 gold.
Mm-hmm.
And you could always get the enhancement up later on down the road.
Yes.
All right, the price of a new composite bow has been removed from the running cash total.
Don't forget also the price you're going to have to, I'd suggest maybe investing in 50 durable arrows so that, you can always get them back. Or some durable adamantine arrows.
Is this a purchase that we would wish to add to our list?
Well, considering that in the last place we were at, if I only had the one quiver of arrows, I would have run out halfway through it. And until I can get a better quiver that can actually hold an actual wondrous quiver of some sort, then but yeah, let's trying to figure out how much durable arrows cost.
50 durable arrows are 50 gold pieces.
No, that's not bad.
They don't break with normal use, whether they hit their target, whether or not they hit their target.
As long as they don't like shoot it off into a ravine or something, I get it back.
Right. So just take another 50 gold pieces off the list. Okay, at this point,
which means you can sell the longbow now. Which would be half of 75 is what, 37.5?
Okay, so add 37.5 to the list. At this point, we should probably look into better armor for the folks that can use better armor. Like Sala should probably at least look into getting a chain shirt. I'd suggest a mithril chain shirt because her strength is abysmal.
If you're expecting the cheerleader to win any battle with a feat of strength, the tides have turned. I'm like Buffy, but like before she was the chosen one.
That could be worse. You could be Dawn.
Oh god.
Because like a mithril shirt would cost us 1,100 gold. It would give you 4 armor and have a max dex of 6 with no armor check penalty. So it's very light. It also only weighs 10 pounds, which is actually less than studded leather.
Now, this is just, this is obviously a chain shirt, that means it's not a chain leg or a chain...
It doesn't work that way in the game. Everything is protected. You have the same protection regardless.
So it's like a chainmail bikini where, like, even though only little parts are covered, everything is protected. Okay.
It's more like a chain nightshirt.
Actually, it's more like a chain hoodie, but or not even a hoodie. It's like a t-shirt. It's very lightweight. But the way armor works in this game is if you have armor, it gives you the same protection everywhere.
Then, in that case, I know it's super selfish, but I'm saying, yeah, we spend that money on me. I'm worth it.
I definitely think it is because we don't want you getting gacked with your AC being too low. So that would be 1,100 taken off. Why?
I say that means we can sell my studded armor.
Yeah, okay, just hold on to that for right now. We'll figure out what we're reselling armor after this. What do you want to do an upgrade on your armor? And I know you can wear medium, but
as I'm sort of our dex skill user, I would prefer to not have much of an armor check penalty. And because I'm using studded armor, I do have a little bit of that right now.
You need boots.
Those are cosmetic.
Okay, do you want to go with the same thing? A mithril chain shirt, no armor check penalty, 4 AC, max 6, or 4 armor, max 6 AC?
Yes, because that would last me quite a while, considering it's 6 decks. Yeah.
They're considered masterwork, so if you get them enchanted down the road, it's already a step up.
Quite true.
Okay, so take another 1,100 off the list. All right, what are we sitting at now?
We are sitting at 5,015 and a half gold. And still our 3 platinum. I hear horses in the background.
All right. Well, we have we have enough probably to get a magic item. Is there anyone who is like really looking for a particular magic item? Because there's
Well, yeah, but I'm gonna wait.
well, like what? What were you looking
Well,
for?
I need to buff definitely my wisdom and my charisma, but that's just not something I can deal with later. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the thing is, I'm thinking if we were to spend, say, like we could get one of our people here, a headband, because that's like 4,000 gold. Are there any headbands available, DM? Like basically the standard, your bare minimum +2 attribute item.
Yes.
So if we could afford one of them, because I think they cost 4,000 gold.
So who wants to get it?
Do we want to get a +2 wisdom to I don't know how much that will increase your spellcasting capabilities. I don't know what your wisdom is, so
Right now, my wisdom's +3.
all right. I don't know if 18 gives you an extra spell at second level or something. I'm not sure. Or would you?
The cha is what goes ahead and gives me more channels and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Did you want to get a +2 charisma, which would increase your number of channels per day and the save on the channels?
That's 4,500 gold.
No, a regular charisma one's only 4,000. You're probably looking at the aerial charisma.
Shifter's headband. Headband of inspired wisdom is +2. Okay, for 4,000.
Headband of alluring charisma +2, 4,000 gold pieces. Personally, I think having the extra channels, that's like one extra healing burst a day, is a good thing. I don't know what the rest of the party thinks, but
I do agree, but I'm going to hold off on it for a while.
Guys, input, comments, group decision time.
I have gotten a nice new shirt and some arrows for my stuff. I am super happy and pleased with this turn of events. Yeah. So I am all for spreading the wealth around to the party. So
how much does that put us down, though?
Ditto.
Yeah, okay. All in favor of forcing a +2 charisma headband on the cleric, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So mark 4,000 off of our list.
Yeah, but I'm being
and
greedy.
tell me what we're at.
I don't think it counts as being greedy when the rest of the party is basically holding you down and strapping it to your head.
No, I don't want my head. Leave me alone.
Our current total is 1,015.5 gold.
Okay.
Headband, inspired wisdom +2. Okay.
No, I thought we went with the charisma, not the wisdom.
I'm sorry, charisma.
Alluring charisma +2. And later on down the road when we're rich, you can get the dual stat one.
The mental prowess.
Okay, so we've got a little over 1,000. Is there any I'm sure we're probably going to want to buy clothes and sundry stuff. Like
Yeah.
basic gear, like the traveler's kits and such, so we can figure those out and save it. I mean, at some point, I would like to get a composite longbow, just so that I have a ranged attack instead of my thing. That would cost about 800 gold for one with my strength. So let's see what other expenses we have first. I'd also like to get plate mail at some point, but again, that would cost like 1,500 gold.
Well, if I could borrow 150 gold, I'd appreciate that, so I can get masterwork transformation on my glaive.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For a weapon, I'm sorry. 150 for the armor. So 150 for the armor.
No, mark 150 off so that he's got.
Done.
Are y'all done with your shopping?
I think for the general shopping, as far as that, yeah, we should be done. I mean, there might be like basic stuff we'll need, like I said, like a pair of basic clothes or an adventurer's kit. Like the class kits that come with like rope and shit.
Yes,
But-
I would like to get, just clothes so I don't look like we, just got out of a mental asylum.
Like the bard's kit, the cavalier's kit, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, some basics.
Cool.
Yeah, fire's kit, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, and clothing generally it costs like 8 gold pieces or something for an outfit. So, well, if someone does that, I'm just gonna keep spilling mud on them.
While we're out and about, I would like to just kind of, this is just something I want to kind of put on the back burner for later, but just kind of ask about magical practicing people in the town so I can figure out, what's going on with me.
You're just gonna walk up to the nearest person. Hey, you know any magic folk around here?
Well, while we're commiserating with vendors, where would I go if I want to learn about magical things?
The vendors at the High Mart say that they do sell some magical items. If you're asking for magical people,
Yes, people.
they say, well, you can get some spells done at the new chapel by the priestess there. Or you could also buy alchemical supplies from the healer's house. And
I
you
think
didn't. You
he's
didn't.
looking for a teacher.
You didn't hear
More or
this
less,
from
yes.
me.
In a circumspect manner, yes.
Well, some people say, now I don't know if it's true or not, but some people say that old Lizzie out at the smokehouse is actually a hag.
Ooh.
She's the old lady who takes care of all the orphans who work down at the smokehouse.
Oh, that's a nice lady.
Does she serve a lot of soup, a lot of stews?
No, they just smoke fish.
Great. Oh, see her for a moment. Red knows she works magic. She doesn't realize she's a witch. She just knows it's got something to do with the deck of cards. She's trying to figure out what's going on so she can, piece shit together.
But yeah, they say that basically you can go to the new chapel, which is the temple of Pharasma. You can go to the healer's house, where the alchemist sells elixirs and potions. And the rumor going around that old Lizzie, who runs the smokehouse, is a hag.
Okay, any wizardly types by chance?
No, no, I mean, there used to be a wizard up at the manor, but he got fired years ago.
Who lives in the manor?
Yes.
Well, right now nobody. Lord Laws took off a few months ago.
Oh, Lord Laws.
That was the name of one of the guys in the journals or whatever we found
Yes,
in the
that's
asylum.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so we got our shopping done. We should probably figure out.
Sleeping done.
Yes, that might
Yeah.
help. And then tomorrow morning we can, if there's nothing pressing, we can go look for Winter at the Sleepless Building.
Yeah.
Investigations building.
So, where are you going ahead now?
Should probably make our way in the direction that was indicated for the silver wagon.
Indeed. We could use a good, good tankard full of ale. Or mead. Or anything with alcohol.
Okay. You make your way across town to the Silver Wagon. And when you get there, you're about to head into the door. But obviously, someone's standing by the door because this is the inn/tavern. Standing there, sees you start stepping in, and steps right in front of the doorway. And he's like, "Where the hell do you think you're going?"
Inside the tavern. Diplomacy, please.
We told you last time, you're not coming back in here.
Listen, dude, I have no idea who you are, but I really am thirsty and I could really use a beer right now.
Is the bouncer or whatever specifically talking to him?
He is specifically talking to Pretty.
Hey, look. Somebody knows you.
Yeah,
Maybe you should ask him your name.
I don't really care right now. It's secondary to what's going on.
He looks at Pretty, and he also looks over there at Shorty. He's like, "You either."
Huh?
Well, now
Me
you
either
know,
what?
my friend. I really
Well, they know you.
Unless you want to get picked up and taken back to the fort and slung back in jail again, I suggest you move along.
Dude, I got no idea what you're talking about. So
Yeah,
get out
sure
of the
you
way.
don't.
Listen, dude, I don't even know who I am. I don't know who you are. I just want to get a drink.
Well, I know who you are. You're the guy who's banned for having an outstanding tab.
Well, damn, how much?
Oh, that it? We can take care of that, no
Whoa,
problem.
whoa.
Slow your roll there, girl.
How,
Just like a side here. Just because I say I'm going to do something doesn't mean I'm not. I'm actually going to do it. It's called a lie.
let's not, start making deals with people we don't know and making promises we don't know we can't keep.
Yeah, I'm not
So-
entirely, convinced that I'm, how much is this bar tab?
That is a problem for the proprietor. My problem is the fact that last time you left without paying your tab, you left after starting a bar fight that wrecked the place.
Listen, dude, I can't pay a bar tab if you won't let me go
Definitely
inside to
knows
pay
it.
a bar tab.
That sounds like a personal problem to
And
me.
it's gonna be your problem if you don't get the hell out of the way and let me do it.
You're going to be on your own for this one, buddy. I'm not bringing the whole town down on my head just because you want to get drunk.
No, I just want to I don't like people telling me I can't do something.
Well, you should have thought of that before you skipped out on your bill.
Do I have a tab here?
No, but since you're hanging out with this guy, I ain't letting you in either.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not thirsty anyway.
All right.
I have a question. Last time we were these ruffians were in here starting these shenanigans. Did they leave anything behind? Maybe as collateral for their tab?
If they would, we would have sold it to pay it off.
All right. How long ago was it that we was supposedly here?
A few months ago?
Crap.
Yeah, damn, I got nothing.
Okay. So
Maybe we should go talk with Winter now. She might have some idea of where we can stay and how we can go about clearing y'all's bad
I
names.
don't like that, we're being, avoided on the streets, and people are talking mean about us, and not letting us get into the establishments.
Well,
Well,
Yuki's-
maybe you guys shouldn't have gotten into these shenanigans. Just saying.
I can remember said shenanigans.
Can't you just be happy the fact that we just escaped the hellish place?
Yes, but that's not the point. The point is people here know something, and I don't, and this is really irritating.
all right, you. And I poke the bouncer. What's our names?
I don't know your names. I just remember your faces. It's not like we were properly introduced.
Well, if there's a frickin' tab, I doubt you sketched us. So go find out what our names are.
And how much allegedly we owe you.
You know what? I don't like your tone.
I don't care.
What are you gonna do about it, son?
I'm gonna stand here and not let you in the bar.
Heidi
He's
steps
got
up
you
and
there.
gives the bouncer a look and is like, "Yeah, these guys." So, you know what? I understand your position, and I totally agree with it. I've been around these guys, and I know the trouble that they can get into. So, I'm gonna go inside, and I'm gonna have a little talk with the proprietor, see if we can't clear this up. And
The bouncer just looks at you. He's like, pull the other one. It's got bells on it.
oh, damn. Okay, well, turns around and looks at the party. So it looks like we're gonna go visit the Winter.
I don't know. I can see you go for ring those bells.
Yeah, I mean, that's an option, isn't it?
Sounded like the bouncer.
I'm not getting paid enough to ring anybody's bells right now, and especially not in a public street.
Why don't you go out and talk with the proprietor? He might pay you.
Apparently, y'all sullied even my good name, and I can't get in there.
You have a good name? I don't know it.
I mean, just look at me. How could I have ever gotten into shenanigans on par with y'all's?
You look pretty sullied to me.
Also, you do hear while you're talking to the bouncer, you hear some guy yelling down the road. Can't really make out what he's saying. Something about doom. You know, one of those crazy street preacher guys. You hear him down the road.
He's the most intelligent person here.
Hey, what they don't know, we'll just eat them.
Well, once we get this cleared back, all up, we will be back, and you will feel so foolish for this little turn of events, good sir.
Uh-huh.
Wait, so we're just walking away from a fight? We do that now? That's a thing?
I didn't know we did that.
Well, he doesn't need healing.
He sullied the reputation of our wonderful Heidi.
Right, because you guys suddenly care about my reputation.
Well, I don't know you, so yes.
I know it's odd for me to be the voice of reason here. It's not like I try and keep y'all out of trouble. But I really don't think it's a good idea to just start picking fights with people in a town where everyone's already avoiding us.
Just got here and we don't know what's going on, so we might want to let
All
him
right.
alone.
So let's go find Winter then.
Yes, let's find Winter, find out whether this town is doomed to oblivion, and then we can start picking fights.
Okay, I agree. As long as Winter has some of that Sacramento wine or something.
Are you sure you're not like a follower of Caden Kalian?
I have no idea.
Praised be her name. I mean, what?
But the songbird does, ring a bell.
Okay, Winter is down here at the Sleepless building.
What, don't sleep or something there?
No, it's when you get there, it says Sleepless Detective Agency.
Oh.
I'm guessing there's a large I, perhaps in a triangle.
So, yeah, something like that. But it's an organization called the Sleepless Detective Agency. And when you go there, the door opens, and she sees you, and she opens the door. She has a smile. She's like, "Hi, how can I?" Oh, it's you.
Who the hell are we?
Just come in.
Where's Winter?
Casilda. I'll get Winter and Casilda. They said you'd be coming. Don't steal anything.
Why would we steal anything? You are so rude.
Huh.
Heidi just shakes her head and looks at her companions. Y'all need Pathfinder Jesus.
Y'all motherfuckers need Odin.
So she invites you in and has you sit in the lobby. And she goes off.
Anything cool to steal here?
Eyes even start looking shifty, like stealing. There is a hand ready to slap other hands as they reach for thieves.
Winter comes in with another woman. And she's a blonde-haired lady. Looks very looks almost noirish, like a detective from a kind of like a fantasy detective kind of look to her. And she looks at you, narrows her eyes, and she says to Winter, she's like, "Not sure about this, but I'll take your word for it."
Winter? Come on. I thought we were bros.
Winter's not giving you a dirty look. She's like, so apparently the lot of you used to work for Count Lulz.
Well, that's a lull.
Okay.
Really?
And apparently y'all weren't really considered to be the best people.
Well, I'll be.
I find this not all that terribly surprising. I mean, look at these guys.
The woman with her says, "Yeah, you got into a pretty nasty insult match with one of my agents that almost ended up in a bloody fistfight."
Oh, ma'am, I am sorry. I am truthfully sorry.
I understand that you all have no recollection of any of this. She is looking at you suspiciously, but not hostilely.
Okay, so how long ago was this? Like, how long were we here? Better yet, do you know our names?
Who are we?
I don't know your names. You were here for a few years. You worked for Count Lulz, but
You know our names? Jesus, what kind of investigation and are you?
it's a big town, and you were just as flunky thugs. It's not like I needed to know, exactly who your names were. I do know that the two of you, she points at Pretty and Shorty, says, were arrested at least once for starting a fight in the Silver Wagon.
Damn, sure.
So you did spend the night in jail. Lulz got you out, but there should be a record there of your arrest.
In the jail?
Yeah, at Fort Halcourse.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the fort has been closed.
What the hell? You can't close a fort.
That's what I thought, but apparently the magistrate has taken a sabbatical, and they've kicked out half the guards, and shut the place down.
That's not a very effective way to run a fort.
Wait, you said they kicked out half the guards? What are the other half doing there if it's shut down?
Keeping the place secure, I guess. They won't let me in to check.
So what you're saying is, if we want to find out our names, at least some of us, we got to go to the fort that's all boarded up mysteriously with half the people gone.
Well, the way
Yeah.
the week's been going, I don't see how it could be any different.
Well, you could end up kidnapped like other members of the population have been.
What?
Well, we just wound up in an insane asylum covered in green fog. I don't think this is much worse.
What is yellow fog?
Yeah, yellow.
You know, the way I see it, while we're breaking in to try to find out information about ourselves, we are also kind of doing you a favor, because no doubtly we'll probably share the information that we were covering there with you. You know what? What do you say maybe hooking us up with someplace to spend the night, since we're not allowed back into the Silver Wagon?
Well, let's see.
Agency like you have to have a safe house someplace, or some sort of bolt hole.
Maybe. Here's what I can do for you. I don't have a place that you can stay, but I do know how you can get into the Silver Wagon.
Well, we tried to pay the legend tab, but they wouldn't let us in.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pay off that tab, but you need to get in the door to do that. The proprietor of the Silver Wagon has been bugging me nonstop to get rid of someone who is driving away his customers. You get that person to stop shouting and scaring people, and the proprietor might be grateful enough to give you a second
Is that
chance.
the old person to walk around saying the end is near?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he's probably right.
Yeah, he probably is. Wait, are we
Well,
gone?
be that as it may, his name's Elgrior, and if you can go calm him down and get him to stop screaming at the top of his lungs, you'll probably be able to get yourself a room.
Alright, so we got.
Do we still have that opium?
We do.
We do.
We gotta stop Hodor from freaking yelling.
Now, also, I've got some other problems that I'm dealing with. If you can help me out, I can let you stay here.
Oh, sweet. You gotta get
Oh, there's the gold exclamation point.
room service.
These are both viable options. The only difference between the two, I believe, is the quantity and quality of beds and the availability of alcohol.
Oh, I do trust Winter more, though.
I can guarantee you that you'll be safer sleeping here than at the tavern, but there's less bar.
Can we get you to get a keg?
I will let you bring in a keg.
Alright.
So what is it you need done?
Well, like I said before, there has been a string of kidnappings. People are going missing. And this includes the magistrate. They say he's on sabbatical, but he's gone. Also, our head cleric is gone, as well as other people from the town. People are going crazy, and they think that what's happening is the Briarstone Witch is coming back to disappear the entire town like she did hundreds of years ago.
That sucks.
The what?
Local legend. The Briarstone Island, where the asylum is, they said a witch used to live there, and a few hundred years ago, she basically made the entire town disappear. I mean, the village was still here, but everybody was gone.
I believe it. That place is freaking crazy.
And you moved back here, why?
It's just an old superstition.
Would this story sound vaguely familiar or bring up any kind of memories?
It would have if you had research stuff in the library at the asylum, but you didn't, so this is the first you've heard of it.
Righto.
What is this detective's name again, please?
Cesadia. Cesadia. Anyway, it's just an old wives' tale, but just before the kidnapping started, one local fishermen noticed a strange glowing light in a small cave on the shore about a mile out of town.
Yeah, maybe that's why the fisher folk were so edgy when we came here earlier.
Anyway, the fisherman started suspecting that the light he saw was the witch returning, and now he's telling everybody, which is freaking everyone out. But that sighting is the only evidence that it could be the witch. So, if you could go out there and find, to this cave and find out what's actually going on, so I can, keep people from freaking out.
This seems like a task we can handle.
And you'll let us stay here for free, right?
Yeah.
Like with food?
I can provide you, basic meals, nothing fancy, but yeah.
Do I look like I care about fancy?
But yeah, basic room, basic board, for free. I understand you guys don't know what's going on, and you're probably facing some hostility here in town, so I will let you stay here, because I am sympathetic to your plight, if you do me this favor.
Well, what do you guys think? You want to sneak into the silver wagon, or do you want to stay here for free?
I think staying here. I mean, I don't really have an opposition to it.
It's one's as good as the other, and probably less likely to have somebody smash a bottle over my head here.
Or stab us.
Two.
Both of these appeal to me, and I can. This does seem easier.
Now, besides the staying here, will there be some sort of monetary reward for this service for your agency?
No, just letting you stay here free with room and board for as long as you're staying here in town. I think that's a reasonable deal.
You don't pay your detectives?
They're also probably not living here, I would assume.
Yeah, no, they lived in town, so. But how about this? You help me out with this, you stay here, and you help me out with some other investigations I got going on, and then we'll see about getting you some pay.
Alright, well, how about this? All that on the table, but we help you out, and you start putting in a good word for us around town so that people don't give us the side eye every time we walk down the street.
Yeah.
I
That
can
would
do
be
that.
beneficial for everybody.
I can definitely do that.
Damn straight you can.
Then it's settled.
Okay then, so how about we rest for the night and then head out and check out this cave in the morning?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's still pretty early in the day. You left the island at dawn.
Yeah, but I mean, I assume we've been walking back and forth and selling stuff to different people and talking to people. It was,
Yeah, but
It was a montage.
Yeah, it was a montage. It's still like noon.
Okay, so who wants to go travel to a place we don't know and get to the spooky cave at night? Or who'd rather go there in the morning?
Well, I've done
It's
Perfectly
an
fine to
hour
do in the
outside of town.
Well, I mean, we don't necessarily have to go there immediately. We still have other parts of town that we can figure out, and I'm
And
sure
also,
everyone will hate us.
she said if you help her out, then she'll let you stay here.
There's that.
We can go hit the old person up first, just cause.
Yeah, that's not helping her out. That's helping the tavern guy out. Okay, fine. Then let's go to the cave.
Okay.
However, so please knock 19 gold off for me, because that's the cost of a fighter's kit and an explorer's outfit. Sala?
I'm doing it right now. I'm the math, typing into the calculator. 19 gold.
Yes, ma'am. That's 9 gold for a fighter's kit and 10 gold for an explorer's outfit.
See, now I have is like the 80s montage where we've like gone and like tried on armor and weapons. It's like,
And of course, there's ones with pretty, every time he turns, you know, the wind is always there and the light shining on his hair.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's got the 80s hairband hair going.
America.
It's definitely Maybelline with pretty.
Oh my god, he's Vincent D'Onofrio from Adventures in Babysitting.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
You're calling me a
He's
homo
Thor.
kid? You're calling me a
Alrighty.
homo kid?
Everybody see the cave entrance there?
Yes.
Yes. However, I need a quick 5 minutes before we go in so I can take a quick potty break and grab a drink.
Okay,
Ditto.
okay. Good break
Hold it in
time,
for a little
everybody.
bit. Alright, BRB.
So where are these kits and clothing listed so that I may look and see which delightful items I would like to wear on my bodies?
SRD.
I am looking at that, but there are many tabs, and I'm trying to see specifically if it's a little easier than me just guessing. I misread one of those as school uniform, and then I'm like, oh, Senpai noticed me.
And this is going to be the first time that y'all are really going to have to deal with the dynamic lighting.
I've been dealing with it pretty much since it's been turned on, because little known fact, hiding behind like door frames means you don't actually get to see what's on in the room.
Yeah,
Back.
now,
Back.
because the asylum was pretty much all lit, now you're going to be going into places that aren't all lit, so some of you are going to be able to see, some of you aren't. Or some will be able to see in areas, some people will not be able to see as well based on their vision.
Well, I've got 10 torches now, and we have the sun rods.
And you still technically have a lantern.
No, that lantern's gone.
Oh,
I've got
okay.
the light cantrip as well.
Oh, if you got light, that's easy. Then just cast light on somebody's weapon.
I actually, as soon as you said that, I have dancing lights.
So I have dark vision. So
Yeah, I got dark vision.
I could use some light.
All right,
Or
everybody.
I can just wait out here for you guys. I mean, I don't have to go inside.
All right. Is everyone here?
Yes.
Yes.
I am back.
I don't know. Is Michael back?
Looks like no.
That would be a no.
Oh, sweet lord, there's a lot of kids.
Huh?
I was using this opportunity to figure out if I wanted to purchase a kit, and there is a lot of them.
No, kids are
Oh, I thought you said kids.
Yeah.
No, that is my accent. What is often considered the Midwest accent is just the sound it makes when you're cold and you don't move your mouth much. It's all your mouth moving, or your lips moving, and not your teeth, because it's clenched cold.
She said.
So, yeah.
Oh, dear. All right, are we all back? Are we all ready?
I am back.
All right, Heidi, you can go first.
That's me moving her. I'm looking at something real quick. Okie dokie. A small strip of muddy sand choked with reeds sit at the entrance of a low cave, just at the lip of the bay. Scraggly vines drape over the top of the cave and hang like tangled hair over its mouth. And that's the entrance.
And that's not creepy at all.
Well, I guess so. Grumpy, you want to like scout and make sure there's.
I can't see.
I can rustle around the bag. Okay, there are the sun rods, and I can put some dancing lights around you. Though it kind of gets rid of the whole element of surprise thing.
Well, if Shorty's right there, Grumpy, move back to where you just were. And everybody roll for initiative.
Motherfucker.
Well, damn.
Whew. Rolling high tonight.
I rolled well on initiative. That means I'm not going to hit shit.
That's
Womp, womp, womp.
I was like, huh. I might have noticed that.
Well, I said there were vines hanging down. That's
Yeah, that's it.
that is what is attacking you right now. Is vines.
I was like vines, like hair over the mouth. Man, that's some long ass hair to cover up your mouth. Okay.
Why did it have
You
to
light
be
the
trees?
light.
So Heidi, you get to go first.
Well, seeing what's going on with this shenanigans, I know my place in this battle, so I start to dance in the shallow surf.
Pretty.
I am going to take a 5-foot step and activate a bless charge from the bless wand. Did you hear that, or did my daughter cover up the thing?
No, I heard you.
You good?
Shorty.
Well, since he's conveniently right here, Shorty will commence with the slashing with the sword and such.
Sorry, he's right there. Still right there with the slashing.
Yep, right there in the slashing space.
Yeah, that'll hit him.
Just to allow, since everyone's on this side of the thing, I will take a 5-foot step to my right to clear up a little more lanes of attack or whatnot.
Grumpy.
All right, I'll take a 5-foot step. Go, oh my god. And I will use an action, a move action to study the target. And I will do a full attack on it. Or no, I can't use a full attack because I've used a move action. So I will do normal attack.
Sure, I'm glad we got that bow now.
The bow that's not macro to anything, so I have to type it in.
That should basically be +4 to hit, +3 to damage.
Does that count the bless?
That's with the bless. I don't know if he has weapon focus.
No, I haven't had enough time to get it.
You know you
All
can.
right, does that hit its AC?
Yes, and you know that with you can just change your attributes to match the bow, and then just fire
What?
on your character sheet.
Oh, let me do this real quick. minimum damage. That's my turn.
Alright, the vine whips its or not tentacles, its vines forward basically, and slams them into Shorty. Or tries to slam them into Shorty.
Knock it off, yeah, string bean.
Red.
All right, I'm feeling a hexen. Let's go with misfortune.
Would be totally groovy if our smart people were to make knowledge rolls on things.
It saves.
Knowledge rolls for wimps.
Heidi.
I take a moment to think and let me see what comes up with knowledge nature. I know it's a plant.
Do you?
I can at least recognize a leaf. I'm like, fuck this shit, and now that I actually have ammo, I'm going to use the short bow.
Look at that. You hit it.
Yay me!
Pretty.
Well, now that I've savagely used Bless Wand, I am going to take a 5-foot step, put my hand on Shorty's shoulder, and give him a guidance and tell him that the love of Shaylin will be with him.
Okay, and as you cast the spell, the vine takes its attack of opportunity on you.
Reach and all that.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes, it does.
You take 10 damage. And what is your CMD?
16.
Yeah, he grabs you.
Oh no!
All right, so Pretty is getting wrapped up in vines as they're, tangling around him, and it is Shorty's turn.
Hey, drop him, you big ugly salad.
It's time to toss the salad.
Does a 16 hit?
It does. And you basically tear the vines down from the cave entrance and just basically rip them apart. And it is to gone.
Well, that sucked. Oops.
You win.
All right, go team.
That's why I always say that eating too many greens is bad for you.
Sometimes you eat the greens, and sometimes the greens eat you.
Shorty, have you ever eaten a vegetable in your life?
Is that a trick question since I can't really remember beyond a couple days ago?
Touche.
Oh god, terrible joke. Terrible joke.
Huddle up with my girl.
Yeah, right there, pretty. You look a little battered.
Yeah, I'll be okay. Just trying to help you out.
So, let's see here. Heidi thinks for a moment, kind of stares intently at the opening of the cave, and like it's pretty dark in there. Who wants one of these sun rods?
I got my hands full. Shield in one hand, sword in the other.
Same. Only not sword shield. I have a bow.
Okay, who is going first? Because I can put light on their weapon or whatever.
I'm going first, but I don't need light.
Dark vision, what up?
I'll take the light, I guess.
Alright. Boom. Make my monster glow!
Well, I take out one of the sun rods and use probably some lovely little bit of my not asylum clothing to tie it like a glow stick somewhere.
So what kind of light do you have?
Sun rod.
Now, just say, you have dancing lights. It's a 0 level spell, so you cast it over and over and over again when it expires, and it would cover more area than the sunrod, and no one has to carry it.
Well, then I do that. I was gonna cast it on you, but you're like, oh, I don't need lights. Then I'm
Dancing
like,
lights isn't cast on a person. It's 3 separate, spheres of light.
but it says that it goes where I want it to.
Right. You can move them around, like send it forward, send it off to the side.
To send it with you, but you're all like, fuck it, I don't need light. I was like, all right, bitch.
All right, I'm going to give you a dancing light that you can move places.
Oh god, is that it right there?
It's gonna be. Give me a second.
She actually gets 3 of them. But if you want to tack one onto me so that it moves when I move, just so that's where the
I have
light
no
sphere
idea how to do
stays.
that. What is the range on dancing light?
Medium.
Okay, how much light does it give off?
Glowing spheres of light. It must stay within a 10-foot radius in relation to each other. They can move on light wings.
Up to 4 lights, all with a 10-foot radius area.
I could have done that. That would have been easier. But I'm not smart.
All right, Sala, there are your 3 lights. You should be able to move them. There. Now you can place them anywhere in the square you want.
You can use perception, just search around this area while they're farting around with the lights. Just to see if there's anything tangled in the tree mass or...
Like, what perception? Roll perception? Uh, Shorty's about to walk in, and Kelf suddenly says stop, as he notices the tripwire.
Look at your feet.
Alright. So you want to do something about it?
Yes. Where exactly is the tripwire so that I don't like trip it while disabling it?
Like right in front of Shorty. If he had taken one more step, he would have tripped it.
Alright, let's just see what I can do now. Do I disable it?
Yes, you disable it easily. You notice some poison blades that are poised to spring up and slash at people.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
What is this here up ahead of us? Is that like the wooden wall or door?
That is a wooden barricade made up of small tree trunks lashed together with thick twine. It looks like there are loops that could serve on handles that are tied to each end, but it looks pretty heavy.
Okay. Well, do we want to try and go through that barricade, or do we want to follow this cave around here to the left?
Well, until we know what's going on, we should probably try and be as quiet as we can.
Okay.
Do I notice anything about this hallway as far as traps?
No, not that hallway.
Alright, this is just like a little room.
Then I guess barricade it is.
Alright, you want to search this little room? So we don't leave it in case there's something hidden here.
Uh, from here, I don't see much.
While you are looking, roll initiative.
Gee.
Look at that perception check.
Look at that initiative check.
Yeah, that is your perception check. You still do not.
Whoops, wrong one. Man, I just wasted 2 natural 20s in a row. That's crazy. It should have been a 21 on initiative, but I hit the fortitude save button by accident.
Your perception was high, but it did not beat its stealth because with the invisible. And out pops this weird almost mushroom-like thing.
Well, we probably still have Bless going on, at least.
And it attacks you in the surprise round.
What the crap?
Or tries to attack you. Heidi, it is your turn.
I start to dance because everybody loves that.
Pretty.
Well, I'm going to move. Sorry. And then I am going to give Red a guidance.
Shorty.
I don't know nothing much about mushrooms, so I'm just gonna try and slash at him. And I miss.
Yes, you do. Red.
Hang on real quick. Can I make that 5-foot step? Doesn't look like a hard corner.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, make the 5-foot step.
Going to try and hit this fun guy with a misfortune axe.
Is a fun guy.
That's going to be a fail.
Hooray! Actually useful this fight.
Grumpy.
Is the bless still going on?
Yes.
So then this will be +3 to attack, and if any of them hit, +2 to damage.
The first one hits, the second one does not.
So that's 14 damage. And then I will take a 5-foot step back. And that's it.
The mushroom thing it disappears.
Well, damn, good job, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have some powder to throw around the area?
And it suddenly flickers into existence briefly as it bites at Shorty.
Well, damn.
This is a tough one. I don't know what to do. I can't see anything. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step up. Oh god, it's all funny with my light. And I can't see anything. So I do.
Do you have glitter dust as a spell?
No. So I do nothing.
Quick question. Since he's already got my hex on him, do I need to see him to cackle to keep the hex going?
No, you can cackle without seeing him.
Okay.
At least I can impart some knowledge into this. Let's give this little. What the fuck is this? Well, I know this is a cave. I am open to suggestions on what to do because literally, I can't shoot at something that doesn't exist, can I? No. So I'm like, "Meh."
You can. You can shoot randomly into squares. You might hit something.
Okay, fuck it, why not? This whole game has always been about just me fighting every natural instinct to either run away or to things. And I was thinking of shooting about there.
About where? Roll a D100. Lower than 50, you miss. You hit. Pretty.
I am going to be useful. And cast nothing.
Shorty.
I'm going to ready an action to hit it the next time it becomes, flickers in for that moment if it's within my range.
Red.
A cackle. And what knowledge would figure out this thing is?
Nature.
That's my jam.
This is something called a phantom fungus. It is a plant. It is a plant creature that it's not... For a plant, it's a genius. It's got an intelligence of 2. So, super smart plant.
Damn, son.
It can move, and it has the ability to go invisible. Like, super invisible, not just little invisible. This is greater invisible pretty much whenever it wants to. And you can ask 2 questions about it that you want to know.
Okay. Is there any way to undo or fuck up its ability to go invisible?
No, it is innately... It's an innate ability of this creature. It's not magic so much as it is just its flesh becomes invisible. It's an inherent trait to this thing.
Like a chameleon.
Kind of, but more.
I got nothing else I can think of to ask it. But I am open to suggestions.
It's your questions.
That's all I got then.
Alrighty, Grumpy.
Wait, one thing. Since it's plant-ish and it's a mushroom, are they known to be poisonous or whatever of any sort?
Phantom fungus are not poisonous.
Okay, boom, 2 questions.
They are ambush predators.
Obviously.
Grumpy.
Alright, then I'm going to shoot that southern square. So, yeah.
Romeo D100
For which attack?
for the first one. Lower than 50, you miss.
A 17 doesn't hit.
It says 14.
Well, I can't put in the temporary stuff.
Okay.
So it's
well,
the same. It's the same attack as
so
the last
So
It's +3 attack, +2 damage.
I can't remember all that stuff. So roll me 2 D100s. Okay, both your arrows hit. And I will tell you right now, you can stand there waiting for the next 2 minutes for it to pop back out, but your arrows killed it, and you will not find out until it becomes visible again, which is in about 2 minutes.
Well,
This is like those X-Files things where it's like, oh, it became invisible, then the kid goes out and he like gets hit by a car and then he's in the road.
I was about to compare it to that scene in Three Amigos where they shoot the invisible swordsman.
And I have to go AFK real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
So I will move forward and step into the square where the thing I think was. And see if my feet hit anything.
I just realized that we probably could have asked one question to make this much easier. Is its flesh might have been invisible, but after it got hit with the first arrow, would we have seen
No.
the stick out of it?
no. Doesn't work that way. That's why they have specific spells that bypass that sort of shit.
Cute.
Like Glitter Dust, which is one of the bestest of second level spells.
Well, I took blindness and heroism. So someday soon I will tap you on your shoulder, look you really intently in the eye and say, you can do it, champ. And you know what? You will be able to do it.
Alrighty, I'm back. Eventually it reappears. It is dead.
Is there anything trapped in the room?
No, there's nothing else in the room.
Nothing at all. No hidden nothings.
Nope.
Well, alrighty then. I guess we do have to move that barricade.
Well, aren't you glad that we didn't move it immediately and had this thing come up from behind us?
What? An attack from being invisible? Boy, that would have made things so much harder. Oh, wait.
No, we would have had Heidi in the back and she'd start screaming and we said, shut up. And she said, no, something's biting me. And yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, you got me there. You want to check to make sure this thing isn't trapped before I start pulling on it?
Is this wall trapped?
It is not trapped. You can like see through it into the room beyond and everything.
It is not trapped, as far as I can tell.
Well, I'm going to see if there's a way for me to open it.
You can grab the handles on the side and basically pull it open. It'll take you like a minute, but you can definitely do it.
Okie dokie, then I will open the door. Barricade, whatever.
All right. In this, the small cave opens to a large chamber with a sooty ceiling. In one corner, you can see a table littered with cooking pots, glass flasks, and other tools, which sit against the southeastern part of the room near a smoldering campfire and a wooden crate. Also in this room, against one of the walls, you see a spiral or something painted on the wall. It's a spiraling mass of tendrils with two long descending tails. And also in this room, you see a woman standing there, and as you finish opening the door, she finishes casting a spell, and it looks like vines snake over her body, forming a spiny, thorny armor. And two wolves, or canines, next to her growl menacingly. Yes, I'm putting them on the map. You guys can roll for initiative.
Oh god, that was scary!
Actually, for a minute there, I thought that was you, so.
No!
I thought you were making one of your good lord, I rolled low on initiative noises.
Okay, this macro I have is messing up horribly. Because if you roll a 20, you shouldn't end up with a 9.
Now in my head, the wolves are making those noises, which make them scarier.
Alright. And the wolves come charging forward. The canines. From over here.
We're in a hallway with dynamic lighting, so over here is.
Yeah.
No idea where over here is.
Michael, you gotta open mic.
And the woman, she walks over and she holds out her hand and a flame appears. Pretty, it is your turn.
Going to use a bless charge from the wand.
Alrighty, everyone has blessed. Red, it is your turn.
Alrighty. I have. Does the do the dogs interfere with like my line of sight towards the what's her name up there?
No, you can see her.
Okay. I'm going to hit her with an evil eye.
To do what? You have to specify what type of.
The one that. Oh, I just fucking had it.
Saves armor class to hit.
Saves, yes.
She saves by 1.
God damn it!
it's still in effect for 1 round. So
Here?
even when you fail Evil Eye, it stays in effect for 1 round, which means that you
Right,
get to cackle and keep it going forever, even if they save.
Seems kind of broke. Hold on. Let me just double check.
Yeah, that is how it works.
Ah, you're all right. Okay, cool. So I can just hackle and so it effectively, as long as I cackle, I can keep it going whether it actually she fails to save or not.
Right.
Am I understanding that right? Oh, cool. Yay!
And since cackle's a move action, you can cackle next round, or
And
actually
put a
keep it
cackle
up.
and hit her with a Mr. X
Exactly.
or the misfortune.
Grumpy.
I will use my move action to study the wolf directly in front of me.
You notice these wolves, they look like they have growths.
Can I use like a knowledge engineering check on them?
No, it would be knowledge nature.
Oh, well, then fuck that. Okay. So, studying that wolf, and I will try to shoot it. And a +3 to attack, +2 to damage.
Which wolf was it?
One directly in front of me.
Okay, roll to confirm. That does confirm. And with a yipe, it collapses. Give me just a second. I need a fort save. From everybody but Heidi. As a puff of what looks like spores explodes from the corpse.
I make all the saves.
That is okay. Michael, you feel nauseous. You feel like you're gonna vom, so you have the nauseated condition. And you also take 1 strength damage and 1 dex damage. Wait, sorry, no, that's the wrong one. You're not nauseated, you are fatigued, and you take 1 con damage.
Okay.
I was reading the wrong thing. Don't eat these. Just letting you know right now, don't eat them. Shorty.
Well, I guess I will slash at you, Wolf.
You hit. And Heidi.
It's late to the game, but I know my place in this pecking order. I start to dance. And I'm so hot I apparently start a fire as I just heard fire burning.
No, the lady there is holding fire in her hand. She's got a ball of fire.
Why do you have to ruin everything? I just wanted my moment.
So, like, anyone who has like a spellcraft or,
The wolf lunges at Shorty. For no damage.
I shrug off his gnashing of the teeth and tearing of the hair.
And the woman snarls at Grumpy for killing her wolf and hurls fire at him.
I sure hope it's produce flame and not like a fireball or something.
That'd be great. He's just really trying to just light our torches for us.
Does an 11 hit your touch AC?
Nope.
Well, the flame misses. And immediately another flame appears in her hand.
Does she cackle madly and say, "Hey, Scarecrow, want to play with fire?"
Have a little fire, Scarecrow. No, what she does say...
You know, take candle.
Fireballs can't melt steel beams.
She says, the inmost blot will take you too.
The what now?
I don't think she's going to repeat it.
No, she's going to look at you and go, "Did I fucking stutter? Clean the cat shit out of your ears."
Well, you didn't, but I didn't hear you. So you could be a nice witch and, repeat it.
A nice when she's trying to kill us, yeah.
Give me a spellcraft check. Yeah, produce flame is not on the witch spell list.
Yo, she's not trying to just produce flame.
So is it Pretty's turn?
Yes, it is.
Well, we have a wand of lesser restoration, don't we? That's not important right now, but it will be later. I am going to
You know, you can just stab the wolf from where you are,
Okay, I can do that.
or do that.
I can do that. So +1 for the bless or whatever, and for
Yeah,
inspiration.
that hits, and the wolf goes down in a big puff of spore. Everybody, give me a fort save. Sala, you are fatigued, and you take 1 con damage.
Ouch. Yeah, if that 1 point of ability damage drops you down from an even number to an odd number in that stat temporarily, you'll lose 1 hit point per level.
I have a question. So, what is this thing that we got hit from? Is this poison?
Yes.
I have a racial bonus on saving throws against poison, equal to my hit dice.
Well, how
Which
many
would be
hit?
+4, which would give her an 11.
Which would let her save.
Boom.
But now, the thing is, these clouds, they didn't go away. So the other cloud is still there. So everyone has to make a save against it.
Not me.
Yeah, you have to keep making saves against this cloud.
I thought the first cloud avoided me, so now I'm
Yeah,
getting it.
the first cloud avoided you, but so you don't have to save against that one. Yeah. Okay, so Pretty went. Pretty, did you make your save?
Yeah, I failed.
Okay, so you take another 1 con damage. Red.
All right. I'm gonna hit her with the old misfortune. Right, but now first I want to cackle, then I'm gonna hit her with the old misfortune.
Okie dokie.
And then you also want to take a 5-foot step back out of the
Yes.
clouds
5-foot step back
after you've hexed her.
after I've hexed her.
Yeah, she crushed it.
Is that with the -2? I'm assuming.
Yeah, she rolled. Let's just say she got a 21 after the -2.
Fucking hell.
Goddamn druids and their good fucking will saves.
Fucking dirge.
Grumpy.
I will 5-foot step backwards.
You're still in a cloud there, man. You're gonna have to go into the room to get out of the clouds, or go all the way behind red.
Okay. And that's my whole turn.
Is that a double movement?
from where I was.
No,
Okay.
that's only 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's a movement.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you still have an action.
Alright, then
You could either shoot her once or study her now and then do a full attack next round.
that's what I'm doing. I shall study her.
Alrighty, Shorty.
Shorty is going to... That wolf's gone, right?
Yeah, that wolf was gone.
5, 10, 15.
Did you make your save?
I did. I just made a save.
Yeah, I see it.
And then 25. I did the little angle out so I would not provoke an attack of opportunity from her. And then I will attack her with a shot from the sword.
Give me a reflex save. You take 3 damage.
Does do damage to her, though?
Yeah, you do damage to her, but as you do damage to her, you take 3 damage from her thorny armor, basically scratching you up.
Oh, and hang on. Sorry, I'm in the wrong square. I'm supposed to be 1 square up above. There. I cut my angle wrong.
Heidi.
So I want to take a 5-foot step back.
You still have to you make the save against the cloud that you were in. Okay, yeah, alright.
And then I want to cast blindness.
Okay, give it a shot.
What's the range on blindness?
Medium, so that's 100 feet, yards.
It's 100 feet. You're in range. What's the DC?
And hey, she's got a -2 on her save, so there's that.
She do.
Wow. She rolled a 4.
And what's awesome is that's permanent.
Yeah, she rolled a 4, so she wouldn't have saved even before the -2, even with her fucking druid will saves. So yeah, she's blind.
Oh, I hit I hit heroism instead of blind. My bad.
But blindness is it's still a will negates, right?
It's fortitude negates.
Well, that would have been even lower then.
There we go. Sorry.
Alright, she is blind. She's looking around. She can't see.
I feel like I ruined the moment.
No, you were just the moment's just fine.
She screams out, "Damn you! Zamandor devour you!"
And I take this opportunity to, don't kill her. We need to ask her where the people are.
She attempts to cast a spell.
I feel very bad for that piece of furniture she's going to destroy.
So if Shorty wants to take an attack of opportunity,
Well, of course. Because Sala called out saying that we want to take her life, so I will do use my unarmed strike to do non-lethal damage to hopefully maybe try and put her unconscious.
I love the title of that macro.
So I'm assuming a 26 will hit for 13 non-lethal.
That knocks her out.
Bam! I do my Shawn Michaels.
Welcome to Earth.
As your entrance music plays.
So yeah, I just do a snap side kick up into her jaw.
Will Smith style.
No, Shawn Michaels style.
I'm totally over here doing a Jim Ross impression, like OOC.
It's okay, I'm humming the music, so it's all good.
My God.
Alright, she is unconscious.
Tie her up. How many
I
charges
think you guys
does
should
that
all
wand have?
scoot out of that cloud and get in here.
Yep.
Yeah, how many charges does that wand of lesser restoration have? It doesn't say.
Let me look.
If it didn't say, it would be 50, which is awesome.
Yeah, it would be.
No, I'm pretty sure on the list I put up it says how many charges are on there.
Yeah, it's 7. It's on the list.
I go get my son a beer back.
Okay, could I do a knowledge roll to recognize the name of the thing she screamed at us?
Yes you can.
Planes?
No.
Religion?
Religion?
Yes.
While they're doing that, I will, carefully avoiding all of her thorniness, divest her of any weapons, and tie her up.
She has a really nice looking spear. And with that knowledge religion, she said something. You can't even remember all the syllables.
It was
a thing.
Klaatu Vrata Nikdota. You want to look at her with your magic eyes and see if she's got any magic-y stuff hidden on her that I should
I will do
pull off?
the detect magic on her, just, if she's booby-trapped. Or just got cool shit.
Trapped.
The armor she's wearing is like totally glowing magic.
Surprise.
Yay, free stuff.
All right, let's get that off her then.
What kind of armor is it?
Is it the armor that's magic or the spell?
Thorns.
Actually it's both.
Well, in that case, we'll divest her of her armor and her armament and any rings, necklaces, bracers, belts, headbands, and the like.
On her, when you search her, you find her armor's made out of wood, which is kind of weird.
What?
But the wooden armor is magic.
Spellcraft on that?
Roll your spellcraft. It is +2 wooden armor.
What type is wooden a specific thing, or is it wooden breastplate? Wooden?
Like an ironwood armor or something?
Wooden armor. Her thing just says wooden armor, which is kind of a pain in the ass.
Well, if it's just wooden armor, then it would be light armor. 3 armor, 3 dex, -1 armor check.
Is that rosewood armor?
No, it's just wooden armor.
wait.
Hang on, let me see.
What kind of wood? Like, Douglas fir, a pine?
Okay. It's an armor type. It's light armor. It's +2, so it's but it's
It's heavy.
well, yeah, but it's big, it's heavy, it's wood.
You can say you got wood.
Yeah, it is +2 wooden armor. She also has a scroll on her, a nice looking spear. It's not magic, but it's nice looking. A pouch with spell components in it, and a key.
Sweet, she's got keys.
I see that scroll there.
Well, you're the one identifying all the magic-y shit, so you can
You are
just
correct.
pick it up as you will. Is it safe to assume the spear is masterwork?
Yes.
Check out that scroll. See what it says.
Is it a regular spear or a long spear?
It is a regular spear.
Okay, and the pouch, is the pouch magical?
No, just a spell component pouch. The
Okay.
scroll is a scroll of lesser restoration.
Yes. God, I feel I'm gonna have to memorize that tomorrow.
Well, actually, a lesser resto scroll would be great because he can use it. I think that's one that the witch can learn.
Checking right now.
Yeah, material components are a pain though. Isn't like some odd number of gold of silver of gold of diamond dust?
No, lesser resto is not on the witch's list.
It is not.
Well, who would like this wonderful scroll?
I would perhaps our cleric.
Yeah, I could probably hold on to that one.
Kind of his bag.
All right, so we want to search the rest of the room and then decide what to do with the unconscious druid.
Sorry guys, game is over. My cat has decided that I can't see my computer monitor anymore.
Well, it was fun while it lasted. Fun while it lasted.
Well, I could use a new pair of boots.
Are they wooden boots?
No.
Maybe the joke about the cat
Talking
boots.
boot.
Oh, in my boots that I'm made of kitties.
As you're searching the rest of the room, in the southeast, a wooden work table against the wall holds a wide selection of containers and vessels that look like they're made for cooking or concocting. There are jars and tins that hold reagents and materials. And a small tin pot sits cooling at the edge of the table and is filled with a batch of what looks like moss.
It's like we caught her at dinner.
Do an alchemy check on the moss. Nature check.
You can do alchemy.
This is a momentous occasion, guys. We're actually going to be able to bring in a bad guy alive
Yeah, be great.
to like the professionals that can actually ask questions.
We didn't have to heal her too.
Yeah,
And-
we didn't have
And
Ellie
and
there.
we had a fight where we all contributed, and we all did good, and nobody needs to be made fun of and have their feelings hurt.
And we all got ability damage.
No, actually only 2 of you did.
Shh.
The moss it's a type of poison called idmoss.
Anybody here particularly good with poisons?
I might be.
Well, you might be interested in this idmos.
Sniffs it.
Do I notice any traps or hidden things as I'm walking around the room?
No traps or hidden things, but there is more stuff on the table, as well with the moss. There is enough equipment to make up an entire alchemist laboratory. You also find 6 potions that you can easily tell are cure light because you've seen enough of those.
Quick detect magic on, the general area. Anything else?
You also find 3 other. Well, you find 5 potions, 3 of one type, 2 of another. And give me one alchemy check so I can, and I'll use it for all of these.
Or a perception check, because we can do them that way too.
See, one of the potions. There are 3 potions of bark skin.
Nice.
And 2 potions of hide from animals. Give me another alchemy check.
It was 3 of barkskin or 2 of barkskin?
3.
Trace.
3 bark skin, 2 hide from animals. You also find, this is going to be a lot, 4 doses of belladonna, 6 doses of bloodroot. You know what? I'll just write it down.
Good idea.
Any missing
Just post it on the loot forum thing. I gotta tidy it up anyway.
You gotta tidy the Heidi.
I don't think there's enough cleaning supply. I mean, sorry.
Do we find any missing villagers?
Nope.
Oh, I guess they're not here. Or she is.
Anything that looks like it might be parts of villagers.
Nope.
Anything in her bedroom over here?
Well, you can go in and check.
That's why I'm asking. I'm gonna go in there and DA raid that thing.
20 feet across at its widest, this rounded cavern contains a scattered pallet of blankets, a wooden wash basin of clean water, and a sturdy chest.
I got a chest.
Hey, Grumpy, there's a chest in here. You wanna see if it's gonna explode if I try and open it?
Or use the key.
Or you could do that too if you want to be technical.
Is the chest trapped?
Nope.
Here,
Chest
she
is
had it.
fine.
I'll use the key. Does the key work on the chest?
It does, but you feel something prick your finger.
Uh-oh.
Your perception was not good enough to notice the trap.
Now you're gonna die from poison.
And this just
You
reminds
got
me-
tetanus!
Get tinnitus.
Damn it, I got tinnitus!
Got the itis.
Technically, can he really catch anything? Because he's still sick from the place.
Well, let's see.
Did I make my save or not?
You did. How do secondary effects work?
If you make your save, you don't get hit by them.
Okay, well then you're fine. You don't take any. You take 2 points of damage from getting your finger pricked, but you don't, get poisoned or fall asleep for 3 hours.
Ah, crap. I hope this wasn't rusty. I don't want to get tinnitus.
That's not how that works!
Do you mean tetanus when you've been saying tinnitus all this time?
No, you step on a rusty nail and you get ringing in your ears. You get tinnitus.
Uh-huh.
That's not how any of this works!
I believe him.
Well, actually, ringing in the ears is tinnitus.
It is. I have it.
Yay, army service.
Also, you find a note. It's a folded note, and it is a request for, quote, more of your dream-inducing brews, as well as more of that oil. Signed by a person named Melicin.
Well, now that you've already sprung the trap on the chest, you might as well open it.
I didn't even notice that I sprung a trap. I just thought I hit a sharp bit, and I did open it.
Inside the chest is a few chains of clothes, a clay jar worth 4 doses of muscaria, which is hallucinogenic mushrooms,
Sweet.
and a leather pouch containing 1,694 gold.
Ching!
Yay. Anybody need masterwork transformation tomorrow?
Well, sweet. Between the armor and this, we should get a pretty penny there.
What's the how much is 1,000 what?
1,694 gold pieces?
Yeah,
Yep.
but the lady's not going to want the armor because it's made of wood.
But one of the magic people might.
Now, would this armor do the thing with the magic bad?
What?
The spellcasting.
Yes.
Yes, it has arcane.
Okay, yeah. Whenever you look at armor, check and see if it has arcane spell failure. There are ways that you can use some armor that won't have it, but it wouldn't stack with your mage armor spell or the bracers of armor.
Right.
You could, however, get, like, say, a mithril buckler and enchant it and wear that as a witch and actually get an armor class, a shield bonus from it. That would not interfere with your spellcasting. Well, if this is everything here, if we've searched the whole area, why don't we drag her back to the detectives and let them question her?
Yes, I agree. And sleep a couple days.
Yeah, you might want to use that wand and heal. Well, actually, no, if you only took 1 point of ability damage,
I took
you can
2.
recover.
But, you know.
All right. Anyone got any other suggestions besides heading back to town?
No.
Sets the moss back down. Nope, I'm good.
The mushrooms too, huh?
I don't need mushrooms to have a good time.
Yeah, she's got the inn to go get a job at.
Alrighty. Well, let's take the druid of the cave here and bring her back to the sleepless detectives.
All right, you haul her back to town. Cassetia is quite happy that you have brought her back alive, and says, "Well, obviously, this isn't a witch, so it can't be the Briars or the Briar. The what is it? The
Briarthorn.
Briarstone Witch.
Yes, so it can't be the Briarstone Witch, which means, obviously, that we're not all about to vanish by some nefarious evil plot."
Probably.
Well, here, hang on. And I hand her the note that says this is an order from someone named Melisande for some of her potions and such.
Malice.
Don't know if this is important, but it was in her stuff.
This is important. This is. If she's working for Melisande, that means that Melisande is involved with all of this.
Yes.
Who?
Melisande.
Or he just wants to buy her potions to get high.
That is a good point. I will question her further. But I am a woman of my word. You all may stay here free of charge, and you will be safe all night.
All right.
Excellent.
And tomorrow we will discuss other favors that I would appreciate it if you did for me, and I will see about
no,
getting you.
no. You mean
And I will
jobs.
see.
Jobs. We don't do favors.
Jobs.
We get paid.
This was the favor. The next one is the job.
If you would let me finish without interrupting, I was going to say, and I will see about getting you I can't find the word.
Recompense.
Recompense.
Yeah, recompense.
Compensation.
Yes, compensation and recompense for your assistance.
For an investigator, you're not very good with words.
That was me out of character saying I couldn't find the words, not in character. The words would have come easier if you hadn't jumped in.
Words are bad, okay?
Okay.
So, we can, rest now, though?
Yes, feel free. Make yourselves at home.
Oh, right. Taking my pants off.
Whoa,
Please
whoa,
don't.
whoa, whoa, okay.
Hey, there
Let's
shower,
adjust the agreement here to maybe not quite at home, to maybe,
Polite society levels.
How many bedrooms are here?
I think it's a common area by a hearth, dude.
All right, taking the pants off.
Ugh.
No, I'm just messing around.
Picture him pretty in his Tweety Bird boxers walking around the fucking. No, sorry, his Tweety Bird fucking banana hammock.
You know it.
There's just a Tweety Bird on it. It's placed right there.
Us half-orcs have to stick together, you know.
I think I can.
That's a lot more male bonding than I want to get involved in.
Those underwear, I think you can see which half is an orc.
Or anything, jeez.
Is that your party trick for later?
It wouldn't be a helicopter, it'd be a Chinook.
Doesn't that have two rotors?
Ding, ding, ding.
What are you, a fucking shark?
No, man, me and you, dude.
And there actually are 4 bedrooms in this headquarters.
I'm not sharing with him. Just get that out there right now.
Nah,
I don't really want to share with them.
Nah, me and Heidi, we're bunking.
I'll take this room.
There's much prestidigitation to get the C off, to get the rest of the asylum off, to just get all of this off to be nice and clean.
Oh.
There might be some subtle prestidigitation thrown your direction to get the several days worth of hard work and stank off you.
It's not hard work. It's
Yeah, just let that one go.
The word you're looking for is, it's not hard work. I woke up like this.
I'm a clean house.
I was gonna say, be very thankful there isn't black light.
Cleanish.
Go there.
I'm just too much orc for you. You can't handle this.
What kind of savage, right, Sala?
What kind of fucking savage? Oh God. Yeah, and I'm assuming at some point, I'm gonna assume there's a little bit of hand waving that when we're at the markets, we're all you, Shorty, took the time to get your clothes and a kit, and the rest of us probably got one. We just haven't actually figured it out.
We're all nice people. We're all nice to everybody because we're nice people, not hooligans.
Well,
Yes, we're big damn heroes.
Ain't we just?
We do get other people killed.
Yes, and then we take their stuff.
kind of
Hey, we got this lady back here for questioning, and it's all good. We done good this time.
So who's taking first watch?
Whoever has the ring of sustenance.
Man, we're in 4 different rooms. I'm closing the door, crawling into bed, and I'm snoring away.
Taking the pants off.
Fortunately, I can't see through walls, so I don't have to know what he's doing.
All right, I got the ring of sustenance, so I'm assuming I'm taking first watch.
Guys, we're in a detective's office in separate rooms.
I don't
Really?
trust you know what? I don't trust these fucks. I'm sorry.
Well, you guys can have all the watches you want. You in the morning, you wake up, nothing has happened to you during the night. You have been safe as houses.
Yay!
Alright.
And I've cured 1 ability damage.
Yep, the people who were fatigued would no longer be fatigued.
And Cesadia has laid out for you a wonderful continental breakfast.
Well, that's nice of her.
Slice of ice cream in a muffin.
And just yesterday, she was calling us freaking, hooligans.
But now we're hooligans with a free continental breakfast.
Wait, this is free, right?
She said I did say that I would feed you. Yes, it is free.
I'm just making sure, don't want it to be some hidden fee.
Oh, there is a hidden fee in that while you eat, I'm going to sit here and tell you about all the jobs that you get to do.
That's fine, I'm not a good listener.
Yeah, we all got tinnitus.
I warned y'all, but none of you took me seriously.
I'll listen.
I will listen while eating my muffin.
I will devour some eggs.
Stay a while, listen.
Hello, friend.
Well, here's how things stand. People have gone missing. I suspect that it is some sort of cultist activity. The person you brought back from the cave has been helpful, but from what I have been able to determine, she's not central to the plot. She's more of a contractor, if you will. She supplied some materials to the cultist, but she wasn't actually one of them.
Who are these cultists of?
She didn't exactly know,
Yeah.
but
Then why are you calling them cultists?
They could be legitimate religious folk, okay? I take exception to that, okay? People have
Would you
freedom
please
of
shut up?
religion, okay?
Where's that sack? I know we had one on the loot list. I'm gonna put it on his head.
I thought we sold the spithead.
Yeah, but we have 2 sacks.
I got one.
anyway, some things that I need investigating in regards to the missing members. The head cleric of the new chapel of Pharasma is one of the missing. Also, Fort Halicourse has been closed down. The magistrate is gone, and his assistant says that he's on sabbatical. However, there's just something fishy about that whole situation. It just doesn't sit right with me.
So we should check out the fish market.
It's fishy.
Ha ha.
Hey, I'm listening at least.
Baseball.
Also, apparently people have seen the ghost of Count Lowell's departed mother floating around town.
That's creepy.
I can't shoot ghosts, so you're gonna have to get that to someone else.
Well, who are they going to call?
I don't know. Do.
The thing is, the Count fired most of his servants. and he replaced them with these weird foreigners they brought in on a ship. And I suspect that it wasn't just a passenger ship, I think it was a slave ship. But his servants never come down into town, so we never see who he brought in.
And that matters why?
Well, the Count is gone now, and the foreigners are in charge of his manor.
Maybe
Oh.
they're making the county great again.
So you want us to put us back in chains?
No, what I would like for you to do is find out what's going on at the fort.
Why did you just say that?
Well, I would. There's a lot of things I would like to find out what's going on with the ghost of the Count's mother. I would like to find out what happened to the priestess, and I would like to know why the fort is shut down and find out what's going on there. It's something fishy.
And have you talked to the barkeep about this whole unfortunate situation?
I haven't had a chance yet. I will do that today.
All right. Well, we're in town. Why don't we go and talk to the crazy guy? Maybe he actually knows something if he's just, crazy. Because we were just in a place full of crazy people, and they seem to know a lot of stuff.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then, after that, we can maybe go up, check out the fort. Or go to the church and see where the last place the cleric was seen was. But there's a lot of places we can go to here in town.
Well, talking to one guy is probably a little easier, so we can go talk with Mr. Crazy. And if he's crazy, well, then that's just a normal thing, so.
Also, just saying, it's midnight, so I don't know what people's time hacks are.
I would rather go to sleep because I'm dead tired.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of running out of steam myself.
So I went to the hospital
Okay.
today, so.
Well, you have determined that apparently people in this town know you. You've been here before.
I mean, we're
I wonder
employed
if I
by
have Mama here.
Lowell.
And we weren't terribly nice people. I could have told you that.
Maybe we have baby mamas and we don't know about. That could be a good thing.
Right.
Hey, we only know that for sure that Pretty and Shorty have a big bar tab.
Hell of a
Ah,
And we've been
that
arrested.
Pretty has a bar tab. I just happen to be party to the bar fight.
Yes.
It's not his tab, but he was there throwing punches.
How do you know I wasn't buying drinks for you?
Look, we can't prove nothing, man.
I can't prove that I have a bar tab.
Well, later today, when you look at their ledger, because Winter and Blonde Chick do their things, then you can go look at your tab, and if it's small, we can pay for it, and if it's large, you can pay for it.
If it's large, yeah, I'll just pull the money in my butt.
I'm sure there's someone in town who's willing to buy that.
I agree.
Well, all right, guys. Good game.
GG.
I had the fun.
I will work on getting the loot list all set into one, like what's left, what's where, and what categories things fall under.
Salo, when you wake up in the morning, give me a fort save.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean like right now? Like, okay.
Yes, give me a fort save right now.
You have chlamydia.
No, she's got orc
No, it's
fever.
tonight.
Damn it! The save on filth fever is a 12. And that's your second save. You have cured yourself of filth fever. The disease you caught climbing over the pile of corpses in the basement to escape.
Oh yeah, huh?
You were the only one who failed that save, and that is when you caught it. It had a 3-day onset.
Wow, we finished that one. We finished the asylum in like 2 days.
No, it had a 3-day onset, and she already made one save in the asylum. It took you 4 days.
Okay.
This is her second save, and so it's basically the 5th day since you woke up with amnesia.
This has been a hell of a week.
Been a rough one.
Cocaine's one hell of a drug. Well, see you guys next week.
Yeah.